Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to some more Japan of Green Gables here in Victoria 3. First off, let's check, make sure everything's working there. Hello, me. Hey, right back at you, buddy. All right, what do we got going on here? Hey, Just Ed Harris, what's up, my friend? Hello, everyone. Hello, back to you. How are you? Good to see you. I feel like I've been away for a million years, even though it's only been a week. We did our Victoria 3 stream on Tuesday last week, but then I was off for the rest of the week. And so now I'm back for a full week this week, but it feels like I've been gone forever. But we are back with this Japan run. I just realized I didn't silence my devices around me. Amateur move, amateur move. All right. Yeah, so we're back, man. Okay, so we're gonna see how this goes, this Japan run, because, and this was not unanticipated, but you know, so last week Tuesday was the launch day for 1.13 and the Great Wave. We started this run on that day, and there's been a plethora of hot fixes since then. I remember when National Awakening came out, we did that with Serbia. We started on launch day, and after all the hot fixes, boy did our run get a little crazy. So we'll see. This game was started on day one. We'll see how the hot fixes affect it. Hey, Mr. J. Barron, hello. Will the stream become a tutorial series? Well, I guess, you know, I feel like I'm yelling. I need to turn the volume down on my headphones here. Well, every stream series, I go through the entire run. So we're going to take Japan all the way up to 1936. And so I feel like that in and of itself is kind of a tutorial run. But I do like to use moments from the streams, especially when new content comes out, to make tutorial videos. So I very well might end up using some of the content from this in a tutorial video. But this will be a full run up to 1936, so it'll also have that. But welcome. Good to see you. Oh. Excuse me there. Artrax, hey, hello. How are you? Good to see you. How's it going? Andre Belarus, hello again, my friend. Hello, Ham, and everyone. Make Japan great again. Yeah, that's right. That's what we're trying to do. How are you? Good to see you. Outstanding. Where can I find the beginning? So if you go to my YouTube channel, I gotta look where you actually like click stuff. Go to channel. I always look at YouTube Studio. I don't always see. Oh, here we go. View your channel. Yeah, so when you go to my channel and you click, actually, so if you go to my channel, click on playlists. Every live series is put into a playlist. So if you click on playlists, you'll see Japan of Green Gables in there. And oh, whoops! And I started playing it on accident. So you'll see the first 2 episodes listed in there. Oh, love your work, by the way. Thanks for all the guides. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for coming in to say so. Always makes my day when I hear that. So thank you. Yeah, the playlist tab, I really like to utilize playlists as much as I can. Like if you're looking specifically for just my Victoria 3 tutorial videos, I have all of them in a playlist, and so you can just find all of them listed there. All right, so what are we doing here? So we finished all of the beginning content. So let's catch up on what we're doing. There's a couple achievements we've gotten already. There's 2 more we're going for. Mikasa e Tsukasa, as Japan sell a pre-dreadnought to a country with an Hispanophone culture. I learned the hard way that this is an actual ship type, should be capitalized, not sell any ship of design before the invention of the dreadnought. So, yeah, look, they capitalize it here. So the ship literally called pre-dreadnought, sell that. So we're going to do that. We can't do Thanks Obama anymore. And then lastly, We're going for, well, actually, there's 3. We're going for Thing Japan as well, as Japan produced 3 different prestige goods, but also Railroad Tycoon, as Japan reformed the Tokugawa shogunate into the Taikanate and build 50 levels of railway in Japan. So looking this up, basically what we need is we need a non-traditionalist shogun. So when this guy dies and this guy takes over, who is a moderate, we'll be able to create the Taikanate. And then we just start spamming railroads. So now we can really sit and focus on the economy here. I'd like to get a company going soon. We still need railways. We need some basic military stuff. And then we're going for a corporate charter, nationalism, and then another company. So that's what we're researching. In my usual fashion, I have no universities. So we're going to do that. We're going to build through this build queue. We'll add some universities to the bottom, and then we'll expand the construction sectors again. As for ships, you know, we need to start getting more of a navy here. I think we started with nothing, and now we're here. How's our shipyards doing? And how are the goods? Yeah, so we need to lower the price of hardwood. Artillery could go down a little bit. Oh, and iron. So hardwood and iron. Iron will need to lower just for general construction goods. And then we'll work on hardwood. What are we doing in terms of... We have a lot of logging. So can we switch some of those production methods over? So we have a couple... Okay, we have a lot of them. Let's... This is all internal, right? Okay. Oh, I found it. I'm off to go... Oh, start the first episode. Have fun today, everyone. Yeah, awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. Get yourself caught up and then join back in. Thank you, thank you. All right, so I don't want to switch to hardwood in the states that we have construction, and so we just have construction going up here. So yes, so this one is here. So Tohoku. So let's switch some of these guys over in everything but Tohoku. Kyoto. I feel like hardwood is so valuable now. In the week that I've been playing this, my offline runs, I'm now really realizing that because of shipbuilding, hardwood is just so valuable. There's one more we can switch. I'm afraid we'll go into negative for regular old lumber. What if we go here and we focus hardwood production here? All right, and it only goes up by 1%, so I think we're okay there. Now, to be honest with you, before we unpause here, we have a very good budget. You know, we do need to build some government admins here. I'm going to unpause, let the week go, make sure that's our actual budget. If this is what our budget is right now, we're going to add some construction sectors. So away we go. We're not passing anything either, so we're going to take a look at that. All right. So let's add 2 more. For everyone who commented about how I add things to the construction sector, or yeah, to the construction queue in that deficit spending video, look at this. Look at this. Alt, click. See, I'm learning. I can get accustomed to new things. There we go. Okay. So we're building 2 more there. Before we unpause, let's look at what we want to pass. It would be good to get off of tenant farmers. Our daimyo are still very, very powerful, which you don't like, so this will help with that. So peasant proprietorship. Or, oh, actually, let's first go for dedicated police force. We'll do that. What's our government at? So, I bet we can get the armed forces in there. Ooh. I would like to not get... Yeah, let's do that. That'll bring us up to 20%. Can we get the Chonin in there? No. Alright, so this is what we'll keep it at for now. I just realized Mr. J. Barron likely refers to John Barron. Oh, the name Trump has used as an alias to call C-SPAN and other outlets. Maybe have a fan in the White House. Oh my god. What a deep cut of a username there. Oh my god. Yay for learning the hotkeys, for building at the top of the queue. I never doubted you. Thank you, thank you. Will I continue to do it? I don't know. I don't know. I have to get it. I have to get used to it. Hey, just 24. Hello, hello. How are you? Oh, them taxes. You know, yeah. What are our taxes at? We could lower them. Could lower them taxes. I'd rather get more construction sectors, though. We have a lot of authority. Don't really need to raise this up all that much. We'll bring it up a little bit. There we go. Get ourselves some more power projection. We're moving along in terms of recognition here. I feel like I am failing in my multiplayer game. I'm playing as New South Wales and colonization is slow. Yeah, and being a British puppet is annoying and bad. I have to take a look at if things changed for colonization because of... I think you need higher levels of involvement in a region. Although you're New South Wales, you're involved there. But I'm doing an offline run as Sweden, trying to colonize down here, which I've done in the past, but I feel like I'm moving at a much slower pace than I remember it going. So I need to look into if there's been some changes in how the colonization rates are calculated. So I feel you on that. In my Sweden run, I'm like, oh my lord, come on. Oh yeah, what's our private sector building? Look at our investment pool. Quite a lot, actually. All right, still cotton, vineyards, rice. So we're gonna add some universities. we have none. We're gonna add one across the board because of our caste system, the Edo status system. I have to look at how much, but people who live in urban areas get lower qualifications, like industrialists and stuff like that. So let's get one going. Across the board, and we need all those anyway. Where is this? I don't know. Also, what is going on up here? Yeah, the involvement mechanic is also making it harder to get independence than to get a guarantee. I need level 2 or 3 in a region. Ooh, yeah. Well, also though, remember, if somebody has their interest in your region, you can still do it. But yeah, it does make it a little difficult, right? Like, we only have 3 ships. We have them over... Oh yeah, I was going to move these guys. I don't really get why I put them over here, but our 3 ships sitting here can't even get us to level 2 involvement. So, in fact, something else that I found... So we're only paying 217 pounds right now for these military ships. When you have them docked, you pay 80% less for the goods. So once we actually have a really large navy, if we don't need them out, it's best to have them docked because it'll be cheaper. So for right now, these guys are doing a whole hell of nothing. So let's just bring you back home and dock you up. Who would be interested in Australia? Let's be honest. You could fund lobbies as well. That increases your involvement a bit. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, what I find is, so like in my Sweden game, I'm trying to colonize down here, so I need to get an involvement. And so what I do is I put my fleet here. That'll get us right above... Oh, nice. There we go. Right above 1,000. Then, which puts us into level 2. Once you're in level 2, I can start making treaties. And so then I just make a couple treaties with these guys around here. And that'll get me enough to stay in level 2, and I can move my fleet out of there. And so I think that's kind of a strategy here to get at least level 2 involvement in multiple places, so that you don't have to always keep your ship docked there. Because as we can see, having your ships out costs you money, or more money than if they were docked. Plus, you know, to get multiple involvements, you'll need to move the ship around. Hey, Torgear Drivens is hello. Just bought Vic3 and been trying to figure things out, but your videos have been very helpful. I just subbed to you. Thank you. That's so cool of you to stop in and say so. I appreciate that. I'm glad they're helpful. Welcome to the grind, my friend. Welcome a new Victorian. How are you? Who are you playing with for your first couple runs? Is naval power projection scaling proportionally with the amount of ships in your fleet only? That is a very good question. I haven't actually looked into it yet, but it's an excellent question, actually. +3 from naval power projection. Huh. Does that have anything to do with the fact that we only have 3 ships? Let's see. So what is calculating it? Probably has nothing to do with the number of ships you have. Yeah, that would be an interesting thing to find out. How it's calculating the Navy power projection. Thanks. Trying out Belgium, but got my radicals to deal with. Yes. Good choice, though. Always a good choice to start with Belgium. A lot of fun. Pretty much Belgium and Sweden are the kind of universally recognized ones. Japan, too. Japan is always a good starter country, though now I feel like when countries have a lot of specific narrative content, it kind of makes them bump down the list a little bit in terms of starter countries. But I think Japan would still be up there. Did you get your brother married, by the way? I hope it all went good. Yes, I did. Yeah, it's a beautiful wedding. Very, very awesome wedding. He did it. Proud of my brother. It was great. It was a lot of fun. Very hungover the next day. So, yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was great. Thank you, though. Thanks for asking. Hey, Super Frank, what's up? Ships go in, magic, Navy power projection comes out. Yeah, it's all an illusion. Power projection really is an illusion regardless. And the game simulates that. Alright, so we're gonna get these paper mills that we already had in the queue. Yeah, paper's pretty expensive right now. Well, we can negotiate with the daimyo, lower our stall chance, but their amenability is only 36%, so they're going to ask for a lot. So we'll take our chances. Okay, nice. Have not bought the newest DLCs though, but will soon. Is Japan good without the DLC? Yeah, Japan is considered by most accounts one of the best starter countries. This is mainly because they start off isolationist, and you pretty much have all the resources you need on the island here. So you can really learn how to build an economy without a lot of foreign problems. Although there is a little bit at the front. Great Britain does want you to open your markets, but yeah, even without the narrative content, it's still a lot of fun to play. I think generally considered one of the favorite countries amongst the fan base. Yeah, same with army power projection, to be fair. Yeah, this is true. They got big guns. Well, we got big guns, but their big guns are shinier. Power projection. Same thing. I mean, honestly, it's the same thing with currency. The value of currency. It's all an illusion. Yeah, no problem, my friend. No problem. The British know everything about expensive paper with a constant deficit of 2K paper at all times. I know, right? Yeah. I feel like I've been having that lately with paper in all of the different runs I do. I'm starting to slack on paper as much as I slack on universities, so we're going to fix that. Now, I have these furniture manufactories. I guess it'll be good to have those. I don't want to take them off. Alright, where is this place again? Field works, excellent. Barbed wire fences. Oh yeah, the Ryukyu. These islands. That's right, we own these guys now. How many people do we have here? 60k. Okay. Hey, Reverse Hamcuts, what's up, my friend? Last night I tried to build the Taikanate Empire with Parliamentary Shogun. I did everything right. I had the modernist successor, but I needed exactly 100 legitimacy. When it failed, I went to sleep. Oh no, because we're kind of going for that. Do you need the modernizer Shogun? Or could we just do a moderate one? Because I'm kind of banking on the fact that once we lose our traditionalist Shogun here, with the next guy I can get the Taikanate, but maybe not. The game only says not to have low legitimacy, but I didn't know it was exactly 100. Ooh. Well, thank you, my friend. Thank you for letting me know, because I would not have known that either. Whoops. Oh, why is their name Reverse Hamcuts? I think it was a joke that you had played on me a while back, and it's just kind of stuck, right? Is that what's going on there? Early subscriber to the channel, long time friend here. Ooh, we are down to 1%. Not great, not great. All right. Is our fleet back? Yeah, they are. So now, yeah, look, we're paying like 42 pounds instead of 360 because we lose 80% of the goods consumed, which is keeping us afloat here. Well, it's not keeping us afloat actually, but it's good. It can be moderate, no problem. Oh, just don't be a traditionalist. Nice. We got empiricism. I recommend you have 100 legitimacy when you press the button. I had 97, and the Emperor decided, oh, to be the protagonist. It must be a bug. So, yeah, I've been seeing post after post of people saying this whole thing is riddled with bugs, this update, and I mean, I don't want to discredit that. If people are running into bugs, they're running into bugs. It's interesting. I feel like I have not run into any major bugs. Yet. Knock on wood here. So, thankfully, we haven't necessarily run into that. Although, you know, now that I think about it, I think in the somewhere in the first 2 episodes, I feel like I was complaining about something that was a bug. So we're getting a textile mill, which will be needed. We could use fancy clothes. Do we have access to silk? We do, and we have it. How many textile mills do we currently have? Oh, look at that. Well, and they're all making fancy clothes. And we're all on dye works. Okay, good. Except for this guy. Which is fine. We do need one person who's just trying to fill the gap in the other clothes. Speaking of bugs, did anyone notice that you can teleport your armies across the seas by just getting a few troops to the destination and disbanding the other armies? Oh, interesting. Interesting. Huh. That just feels like something that while you're making the game, you don't even think of doing. Wait till the players get the game in their hands and they will find stuff like that. All right, we got railways, which is good, and we're getting a setback, which is not good, but that's fine. I hope this happens when I tried to teleport an army that was bigger than my fleet could transport in one ship. The army automatically splits in multiple smaller armies. Wow, wow. Yeah, I've been, you know, when they first said you're going to need ships now to transport your armies, I was like, oh, that's cool. I didn't really think about it all that much. In the games that I've been playing offline, I'm now realizing, damn, this is tough. I've seen some people complaining about it, but I think the thing to keep in mind is that all the other countries in the game also can't transport armies, and unless they have large navies. And so maybe it's because I play small countries, but I'm kind of like, so it's going to make it even harder for all of these larger powers to naval invade me. I don't mind it. A statue of Emperor Yamato Kamai was commissioned, and it has been suggested that it be displayed proudly in Tohoku. Yeah, we'll take it. Oops. Dude, you see, I managed to open up Japan by force without events. For some reason, the UK decided to leave China alone. I abolished traditionalism and serfdom and moved on to protectionism, and the game says, the government doesn't count. I'm laughing because I can feel that pain. You're like, I did everything right. What the hell? Oh man, it sucks. I'm sorry, friend. Yeah. I feel like we're gonna run into something like that here, especially with this Tychonate. I think I'm probably gonna run into the same problem that you encountered. Ugh. Also, conscripts count towards the transport limit as well, even if they are not raised, which seems strange. Oh, I was wondering about that, because I had a situation in the Sweden game that I'm doing where I transported an army, I didn't raise the conscripts, and it had occurred to me, if I raise the conscripts now, will they get do they just automatically appear there? But then, you know, like I had like a dog and a squirrel moment, and I totally forgot about it, so I didn't track it. So that's interesting. The number of unraised conscripts counts toward this limit. Very interesting. This afternoon, Yamaya Sumiyoshi, leader of the samurai, delivered a fiery speech advocating for the enactment of dedicated police force. Well, thank you for that, my friend. We'll take that. Do we like this person? No, they're traditionalists, so we'll take that. Looks like we have some general problems. This guy's idle. So a defensive one. All right, so we'll put you over here. And then we're going to need to hire a new one. So wait. Traditionalist, moderate, modernizer. Hello, who are you? A defensive strategist. All right, we'll eventually find a place for you. But not for this army. So maybe this guy. Offense and flat terrain. Okay, yeah, we'll take you. You're a moderate. Okay. Brigadier General Jutoku Rokuro. Sounds good. Just to help, I don't know if you know this, but to go to Taikonate, you need to have the non-traditionalist leader choose to reform and request the second option, then click the restitution button. Nah, I did not know that. I appreciate that. It's the only thing I know as far right now is that I need a non-traditionalist shogun. And then I was just going to play it by ear from there. So choose to reform and release, and choose to reform and request the second option. Okay, then click the restitution button. Okay, we're gonna have to come back to that. If you already know this, ignore it. Don't forget the legitimacy requirement when pressing the restitution button. Yeah, that I also did not know, so I'm glad you told me that. We got to get rid of this guy. But we're not going to be able to have him abdicate. Okay. All right, so we're on to the furniture manufacturers. I mean, these probably aren't the most needed thing, but it's fine. We'll get these universities, and then we expand construction. We could probably use more shipyards. We do need to expand this navy, though. Something I would like to do before we do that, though, is so if we increase the supply capacity, we can get more marine capacity. Interesting. It doesn't give us... Oh, and carrying capacity. So I kind of want to create some ship templates that will help us with that. More hardwood. We might as well do that. Now the propulsion, we need more engines. I think for now I'll be fine with that. And then we'll add a modification. And I think we'll just add this. So it does add to the maintenance a little bit, but we'll create that template. And then we'll do the same here for the frigate. So raise the supply capacity. We can get more hardwood. I'm not worried as much about that. And then we'll do this. So we'll create that template, and then let's, now that we have the fleet docked, let's upgrade these guys. So select all, change their template to the modified one, retrofit, select all, change to the new template, and retrofit that one. And now these guys are added to the ship queue here. Then let's add a couple more capital ships. I want to get... I eventually want to get to... let's go to 5 and 5. And so we'll add 3 there. And we only have 1 there. There we go. So we've got plenty of shipbuilding to do. We're retrofitting the current ones, and then we're building these guys. So there we go. Hey, Lauren. Hello, hello. How are you? How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. How are you doing? How's your weekend? One more thing. Do not abdicate. Ah, I don't know if it's just me. Oh, automate success. Nice. I don't know if it's just me, but every time I abdicate the throne, the game glitched and the Tokugawa dynasty was replaced by a generated character pane. Ooh. Okay. So then it's a good thing I didn't have the option to do it when I looked at it before, because I totally would have clicked on it. Good to know. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, thank you. Although this is coming from reverse ham cuts, technically, should I be doing the opposite of everything he says? I do not know. Do not know. I'll have to think about this one. This is a tough one. This is like the video game version of the trolley problem. Meaning it's nothing like it. Wonderful, thank you. Just wonderful. How are you doing? Oh, I'm good. Glad to hear that. Just wonderful. Yeah, doing good, doing good. Glad to be back in the saddle here. I've been wanting, so I've been playing the game and the new update and everything, but I've been wanting to get back to Japan, and I didn't want to do any like offline Japan play, because I'm streaming it, you know, like I'll wait till I get back to the stream. So I was excited to get to today, so I can play more of this run. All right. You know, we have a good amount of money going. We're gonna slowly increment. Oh, see, I already forgot the alt click. Already forgot it. Normally it would be, but I'm serious here. I was one of the most... It was one of the most loser sleeps I've ever had. I was so excited. Nice, nice. Okay, good. I'll take your word for it, reverse ham cuts. I'm excited to hang out, watch some with you and watch some Ep3. Yes, thank you, Lauren. I appreciate it. Always good to hang out with you and stare at maps. Always fun. I have to say, I don't know why, but I'm finding it a little difficult to figure out what exactly the content to make about this update is. Clearly, I'll do a video eventually about naval warfare, but I feel like there's a lot of like little things that have been changed. Little in terms of it wouldn't fill a whole video, though it is important. So it's hard to figure out what, other than like naval combat, to talk about. Like I was diving into, but we don't have it here, but now that you pay for merchant marines for port connections, so now there is a bigger financial reason to create subjects overseas as opposed to just holding them as land. In the midst of the debate surrounding dedicated police force, one of the country's leading playwrights, strongly associated with the shonen, have staged a widely acclaimed play whose politically laden theme makes no secret of the author's desire for the law to be passed. Yeah, we'll take the plus 10% as we usually do. What else could I possibly do with my time but stare at maps, right? Like, that's what you do. It's so funny sometimes. Like this weekend, I was playing around with the game, just sitting in the living room, my laptop on my stomach as I'm playing around with port connections. I figured I forget even what it was. I figured something out about the port connection. It's like, oh my god, yes! My wife was like, what? And so I explained the whole port connection thing to her, and she was like, okay, that's great. You just don't understand. Ham, I have a question. In one of my first runs in this DLC, my economy was worse than in Greece. Where did I fail in the loop? Wood and cloth were cheap. Did I overbuild sectors? So I feel like I've been having a similar problem. I started a run with Sweden because I feel like I know Sweden, so I can see what the differences are. I think this was just my experience. Something to forget about is So you want construction goods cheap because you're paying for them, right? But the ship construction goods as well need to stay cheap. And something I was forgetting about is like, basically your shipyards are now the same as the construction sectors. And so I just have kind of a habit of every now and then going into my construction sector, ooh boy, look at this, and just looking at the cost of everything. Because me, the government, am paying for this. But I have to get into the habit now of going over to the shipyards and looking at everything. And looking at the cost of these goods and keeping these down as well. Because that's also going to bring down the budget. Same thing then again also with port connections. Like I was playing as Sweden and I'm colonizing here. I took over Benin and I had Sokoto as a subject. Since Sokoto is landlocked, they're trading through Benin, or they're accessing the Swedish market through Benin. And so I'm paying for all the merchant marines to cover the port connection of all the infrastructure being used in Benin and Sokoto. And so my port connections were also pretty expensive, and it's because I had expensive merchant marines. And I think in previous versions of the game, you never really had to be all that mindful of the cost of merchant marines because you just always kind of had a surplus of it. But I didn't anymore. Because these port connections use these merchant marines, you really do also have to stay on top of the amount of merchant marines you have, because it does become a bit of a costly budget item, unlike what we have going on right now. So those are some of the initial things you might take a look at. Signed earlier this afternoon in St. Petersburg, this landmark treaty officially abrogates any previous unequal treaties between Russia and the Tokugawa shogunate in favor of a new one negotiated between peers. We are recognized, my friends. Woo, woo, and woot. Oh, wow. We're a great power as we're ranked 12th. But what's our interest rate? That's the biggest question. Oof, look at that, look at that, look at that. 6.5%. Another construction sector? Don't mind if I do. Bring on the debt. Hey, Urkag, what's up, what's up? Hello. Unfortunately, they will need months to get the AI back on track. Hi, by the way. Hello, hello. Yeah, I've been a little worried about all of I've been worried about all of the hot fixes in regards to this run. On Thursday, they said they're going to be releasing a dev diary that's going to be outlining kind of the roadmap of the hot fixes. I don't think they've ever released something like a roadmap of hot fixes, so I think they've got a lot of work going on in the offices over there in Sweden. How is it possible to write a play in support of dedicated police force? Is it Shakespeare? But like, wherefore art thou, taser? Stop it, thy resistance. Oh my God, Lauren, you win. You win today. Lauren won the stream. Stop it, thy resistance, or thy shall be tasered. Oh, excellent, excellent play. You've got to see that dedicated police force play. It's the best dedicated police force play I've ever seen. I've read that event like a million times. I've never actually thought about that. Oh man. Well, I didn't realize that. And wow, that iron is really expensive. Yeah, thanks for showing me. I would have found out the hard way. Why is the debt at 80%? I did everything right. Yeah. I mean, I was running into the same thing. And what's crazy, this is how I knew something was up. I'm playing as Sweden, and I'm really finding it difficult to stay on top of hardwood and wood, like of all places, Sweden. Hardwood, I feel like, is a much more valuable resource now because your shipyards are going to use a lot of it. And the wood, too. Wood is so valuable. I remember hearing somewhere someone say wood's going to be very valuable. And I was like, oh, yeah, okay. But to really have a difficulty staying on top of wood production as Sweden, I'm like, this is intense. A new admiral has presented himself at the ports of Kyoto, cheerfully acclaimed by his peers. However, the nephew of Araki Kenkichi has also postulated that he has a most profound interest in the same title. Yeah, we'll take you. So that's not going to be this guy. Yeah, so here's the guy we got. So he's good at raiding supplies. So we got a convoy raider. It's a traditionalist. I don't really care for that too much. I've noticed that you can't pause the shipbuilding queue. Yeah, unless there's a ship in the queue. Yeah. And if you can't pause it, then it keeps building stuff and wasting you money. At least that was my experience. This is true, yeah. And what's funny is the devs even said, here's the temporary workaround for now. Put a ship in the queue here and then pause. And then that will pause the supply ships constantly being built. Yeah. Private inflammatory letters written by a member of the Japanese Dutch Society have been leaked to the national newspaper. Dutch officials have taken notice and are displeased. Oh. We'll lose 5 legitimacy. What are we at? Okay. But I'll take those. Well, we get 5% loyalists, but if we jump out of legitimate government, yeah, I'll take that. I'll stay I'll keep the government legitimate. Hey Raul, what's up? What's up? How are you? The game is just bugged when it comes to supply ship. Once you start building them, you can't stop. Yeah, once you start, you can't stop, and you generate infinite. So, for example, if you focus on big trade plays and have 100 shipyards, like I had, you pay like 200k for things you don't use. Yeah, yeah. That's gonna be, it's gonna be tough, right? They'll have to, I think they're gonna add something to pause that, because it does seem very strange. Now, one thing you can do is you can significantly lower the amount that you have. For example, what we have 203 right now, we could go to very low supply ship, and so we're only spending 1 point on the supply ships. So we haven't paused it, but we've significantly decreased the amount. So you can do that, but yeah, it's not actually a full-on pause. How are you going to abolish Sokoku? Yeah, I gotta do that. If you haven't had the event, it's better to abolish it yourself. NATO will force you to use a free market, which isn't ideal at this point in the game. I think I have, actually, because what are we on now? Yeah, we're on protectionism. So early in the run, Great Britain threatened us to open our market or war, and so I just said okay, and so we went to free trade. And then we were able to just go back to protectionism. So we're not isolated anymore. We still have Bakufu though, so we are going to have to get rid of this. Though I don't know what Titanate gets added to. Like, I don't know if we go on to census suffrage, if it's going to mess with that. An eruption of unprecedented records has utterly destroyed the lives of many Dutch East Indies in the state of West Java. The explosion of the Krakatoa could be heard from hundreds of miles away, and anything that had the ill fate of surrounding the island was immediately devastated. Man, just the Dutch and the Dutch East Indies, we keep getting events. Oh, wait, oh well, this would improve relations, but I'm certainly not going to pay money for it. Waves taller than chimneys have ravished the state of Kanto. Oh wait, yeah, this would affect us. I forgot where in the world we are. A terrible consequence of the volcanic eruption. Ooh. Damn. Okay, so let's pause for a second here. Kanto. Okay, so we didn't get a ton of devastation. How about down here? Yeah, so 9.7. Okay, not terribly bad. I like how you're like, who cares with the Dutch think? I know, right? That's what I usually pick in the game because, like, the Dutch usually don't have a military that's going to come after you. If it was like Great Britain, I'd be like, where am I with Great Britain currently? But, you know. Yeah, I paid 200k on low, on very low, and on medium, I was about to pay around 380k. Yikes. Yeah, that's a lot. Well, you already abolished it. Check your journal quickly, see if the event isn't there, and check the requirements for, potential, events. See if what's the event again that I'm looking for? Whatever it is, I don't think I have it. Because it's not Taming of the North, that's to take this, and it's not the government of Chosen, that's the Korea one. So I don't know if I have it. General questions, if you get a shortage of wood, for example, and you can build a new company, should you prioritize the company focusing on wood then? Generally, I would say yes. I would say yes, because you're going to get massive throughput bonus on the wood that you already have. So, as I said, I was doing offline, I'm doing a Sweden run, and I tried a run where I was starting with the forestry conglomerate. I don't know if they've changed a little bit in terms of company priorities for the private queue, but I was running into quite a few issues with the company building logging camps. Now, that could just be my error, I don't know. But either way, you can build the logging camps yourself, sell them to the company, and still get the throughput bonus. You'll lose the construction throughput bonus when they're built, but generally, yeah, I think the forestry companies are a little better now, or at least any of the companies that you can add wood to it. Sakoku was isolationism. Yeah, that's the new, like, Japan version of it. Yeah, tsunami joy. Woot, woot, woot. Normally, I'm not affected by it. I kind of forgot that I'm in a place now where I would be. Oh, honorable restoration. Yeah, we already did the honorable restoration. Should appear, yeah, when you abolish Sakoku. No, sorry. Yeah, we did that. We went with the, I think it was the soft restoration, because of one of the achievements we were going for. And then the Ryuki event also appeared, yeah, because we were able to outdo Great Qing on that, so we took them. Our prohibitive import tax on cereal grains has made it difficult for the poor to afford bread, with people in Osaka approaching the starvation line. Sure, we'll raise the building wage targets. All right, so we're on our last furniture manufactory here. We need groceries in the market. Hopefully the private sector will take care of that for us. Ooh, we need meat. Well, what would be nice is... The other thing also, by the way... Now, I feel like fishing wharfs and whaling stations are a lot better now because they use clippers. And unlike construction sectors, these shipyards need to be profitable in order to stay employed. And so as they lower their employment, you lose ship construction. Now, you can subsidize them, which in the end is pretty much the same thing as your construction sectors, because construction sectors, I guess, technically are always subsidized. But you can have shipbuilding without having to pay the wages if you can keep it profitable. And so by building up whaling stations and fisheries and anything else that would use these clippers will keep it profitable, and you won't have to pay to keep your ship construction at full. All right, though, we are at the hour mark, so we do have to take a quick 90-second break here. Pay homage to the gods of ads so that we don't have to watch ads during gameplay. So 90 seconds, and we will be right back. And we're back. And we're back. Let me catch up here. Trade, my friend. Use clippers for the ports. Yeah, I mean, there's many things you can do with clippers, but I'm saying that there's more of a use now for the whaling stations and the fisheries, because they also will use clippers. Wages are the smaller cost though. Yeah, this is true. This is true. Yeah, you're not gonna you're not going bankrupt because you're subsidizing the shipyards, but anything you don't have to pay, you know, don't pay it, you know. So keeping them profitable is of a benefit. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't I wouldn't prioritize that over other things. You caught the achievement of Bokugatai, right? Yep. Taikanate was another reform proposal. Oh, yeah. So we got the Bokugatai. Ah, so are we not going to be able to do Taikanate? I was trying to think of, because I feel like, yeah, there was an option that got us Bokugatai that might have disqualified us for Taikanate. I don't know. I had like 100 for my trade, but I had around 1850 levels on trade. Like 300 ports. Nice. Fish whales will allow you to use up to 12 to 14 levels. Yeah, then we'll become unprofitable without ports. Usually use one shipyard for 7 fish to stay profitable. Yeah. With that being said, I need meat. Oops. And I can always use... And I could use more oil. So we're not prioritizing it right now, but at some point... We're going to build up these whaling stations. Oh, and we have We have an infrastructure problem here. Oh, and the taxation capacity. So, all right, let's slow down for a second here. So we can start using railways. In fact, we're getting a railway. But we do not have motors yet, as far as I remember. Yeah, we don't. So we're gonna have to start doing that. Oops. So we're gonna do these universities. Where would be the best place to put some steel mills? So where do I have iron? So we can put... So this would be a pretty good place for iron. We have the peasants. Same thing with this place. Oh yeah, though we do have coal output here. We got a lot of peasants. Okay. So we're gonna build up to there. Let's get steel. We'll build 2 because 1 will cover the motor industries, but I would also like to start using steel in the tooling workshops here. So we'll do this next. And as that stuff builds up, we'll start adding some more construction sectors to get ourselves up to 100. And a 70% estate mappy bonus. In late game, you can sit at 100%. Oh, nice. So you can pretty much build them anywhere. Yeah. Nice. I look forward to that day. Alright, why are we sitting on 69 here? Okay, here's something I've noticed, actually. So we're on 69. Oh, it should be that. Okay. Oh, this is fine. I've noticed in this new update, this has always kind of happened in previous versions of the game, but I find it much more now where, say we were on like 68.9%, it would sit at 68 construction points. If you save the game, go back to the main menu, and then load the game back up, it'll load up with the full 69 points. But that's not what's happening right now. You have to dig for the 5% ones. Oh, you mean for Mappy? Should not be a problem. I see you are into universities. It's because of the infrastructure bug. Yeah, bug since 1.8 patch. Yeah, I know. It's always been there. I feel like though I'm encountering it a lot more than usual. So I don't know if there's something that is affecting that. Man, we are getting a lot of rural stuff. The manor houses are contributing much more than the financial districts. We've really got to get the financial districts a-going. So let's start spending down this money. Let's add more construction so that we can then sell buildings. Well, actually, I should look. What do we have in terms of urban buildings? Yeah, we have quite a bit. Like these textile mills could be sold. So let's spend our money down a little bit. Vivid red sunsets were reported for several months across the country. Fire engines were even called out in Tokai to quench the apparent conflagration. Many artists and academics have expressed their interest in this phenomenon. Yeah, we'll take the university throughput. Hey, I was going to ask you, what do you think of the idea of a historical AI mode where the AI is kind of forced to produce more historical results? What do you think? I mean, I think that would be cool. I think, though, that I would really be into a mod like that, but I would also, it wouldn't be a mod that I play with regularly. I think it would be something where I'm like, oh, I really want to do a super historical run this time. Let me load that mod up. But I don't think I would play it regularly, because I also do kind of like the divergence from history that the run has. But that being said, I love total simulation sometimes. So that would be a very cool mod. So that's not our guy here. Yeah, this guy's already an adult. He's 31 years old. Ah, and we have dedicated police force. If the construction infrastructure admin have penalty on shortage, after you remove the penalty, you don't get the amount of bureaucracy construction points, so you don't reload the game. So for example, the railway, if you don't have engines, provide only 10 infrastructure, 25. After you have engines, you still get 10. If you don't reload the... Yeah, that bug has been around for a while. But again, I don't know, maybe it's just the type of run I'm doing. I feel like I'm encountering it much more than I have in the past, which has been pretty annoying. All right, let's get off of Bakufu here. What do we got to do here? Oh, damn, we still don't have egalitarianism? Yeah, see, I really slacked on the I slacked on the universities more than I normally do. But we can go to census suffrage. So how can we reform the government here? I say we can go to census suffrage. It's very possible we cannot. Alright. Well, we do have a really bad radical problem. But if we do this... we could make a run for census suffrage. We don't need education, the mines are waiting. Yeah, we have the Terracois system. Oh, I thought we didn't have tech for public schools yet. Well, either way, we're not gonna be able to get this because we can't get the intelligentsia or the trade unions in government. And I'm waiting. I don't want to go to charity hospitals. I suppose it wouldn't be so bad, right? We probably could get... Yeah. All right, maybe we do go to charity hospitals first, because I would like to not... If we go for census suffrage, we're going to have an unstable government for a little bit. We're going to get more radicals. And we are at a pretty bad ratio right now. Yeah, we abolished the Edo system, or as much as we can. We're on lax status order. We are still on hereditary bureaucrat. Oh! No. We want to go for this first. Okay. Because we would get so much more if our taxation capacity would go up. I forgot about that. Okay. So yeah, the hospitals are going to wait. So we are going to go to an unstable government, but it'll be worth it. And we're going to go to appointed bureaucrats to get this plus 25% taxation capacity. Several prominent supporters of the peasant movement have approached the government with an ambitious petition to see through their agenda. The petition has been promoted as a necessary starting point amongst the movement's membership. Yeah, we don't mind the peasant movement. So we'll permit the debate. Charity have their own special strat if you don't want to focus on food and don't build food to stay out of starvation, but accept that it provides less impact. Yeah. So there is that. The other thing I'm thinking about, though, is... No, not here. I keep debating whether I want to elevate Buddhism here. It'll have some benefits, but it is going to make the Buddhist monks pretty powerful. I might do this, though. Also, I might do this just to see what it's like. I mean, we are trying content, so... All this flavor text for Japan just makes me confused. Yeah. The main problem with Edo system is only 1% of the pops will sit at 5, rest will be at 4. Well, and the problem is it limits industrialists and capitalists and stuff, so... And it enhances aristocrats, which is not great. Mutual investment rights. Can we get trade privileges added in there? I don't mind it. We could sell them some merchant marines. Doesn't look like there's anything else they really want, though. Or that we have and they don't. Could buy some liquor off of them. Ooh, they do not want to sell that. Alright. I don't want to owe them an obligation. Because if we're doing investment rights, I only want this for about 10 years. So, but we'll try it. Alright. A mine in Kanto has collapsed, trapping miners within the dark shafts below. The scale of the accident has made the tragedy a story across Kanto and the nation. Well, the Gosho are marginalized right now. So are the trade unions. So the only one that would really benefit are the Hymen here. It will increase their political strength, which I don't mind. And I wouldn't mind getting to the farmers markets for a little bit. So we'll do this. Ham cuts, or rather, hamkutsu. I like that. Hamkutsu for this. Spoiler. Oh no, my friend, you lost me on that one. So if you see, no, only 1% will get the 25% wage, and 99% will get to -10. I'm not sure I know what you're referring to there. Just a tip, elevating Buddhism gives you an event where you remove patriarchal ideology. Oh, do they lose the patriarchal? Ah, very nice. I did not know that. I was looking at the benefits you get if you complete the event. But ooh, that's not bad either. I think I'm gonna do it just to see it, just to try it. Do you need involvement in an area to ask for investment rights? Yeah. You need involvement in an area in order to get a treaty. Like let's go all the way over here to, like, the Marina Kingdom. Oh, interesting. Wait, well, hold on. What's our... Yeah, we have no involvement here. Oh, this is interesting. I thought... When I was playing at one point, I wasn't getting access to treaties. Oh, I suppose not. You can do treaties, it looks like. Because we have no involvement here. Oh, I guess not. That's interesting. Okay, I was running into an issue with this with an offline run. I wasn't able to do any treaties here until I had a ship docked. So there must have been something else going on. So I guess you can do that. Because I have no involvement there. Find that to be fascinating. Huh. Well, in a country like Japan, where 99% of the pops are your culture, ethnostate is a best play. Is level 5 pops 25% passive wage. And all can be level 5 since 99% of the country is fully accepted. What are we at? Yeah. Though the problem though is eventually you want more than just those cultures. Like later in the game, eventually we're going to need to start getting migration, and we don't want to be stuck on ethnostate when that happens, because people won't migrate. Did you notice that female heirs are more common now? Go to some African monarchies and see heirs that exist. Oh, interesting. Wait, where are the heir? I'll have to look at that later. Interesting. That's cool. Oh man. Okay, we're at 0. We're appointed bureaucrats here. Before we get the fail, is there anybody else we could add in? Yeah, the only thing that would help are the intelligentsia. And that's not going to happen. Alright, we'll have to get the setback. But under Ito's system at level 5, only 1% of pops will be there. Hey, John! What's up, what's up? How are you, my friend? Good to see you. How's it going? Depends on how you play. Yeah, I mean, eventually we're going to want migration. And so we'll have more than just Japanese culture here. Alright. So we can upgrade this in our ships. Legislative failures. So what's going on here now? Nice. What are we up to? 4. Okay. Well, we should get to 10 at some point. Oh, we might need to be building naval administration. Yeah, we need some naval administrations. How much are we gonna need? It's probably just 1,000 for each boat, right? Right? Oh no, 800. So 800 for these guys. 500 for them. So we'll need 2,000, 3,600. We're gonna need 3,600 more. Oh, it's already telling me, yeah. So we need about 4 new naval administrations. Where do we have them? In Kyoto. Ooh, actually, we're gonna need those sooner rather than later. Alright. You look the leader character. If they have an heir, it appears in... Yeah, that's what I thought. So I guess the ones I was looking at just didn't have an heir. I thought maybe I was looking in the wrong place. Hey, Stephen Murphy! Hello, hello! How are you? Good to see you, my friend. How's it going? Oh, we got a market liberal. A new figure has risen in the ranks of the Shonen, organizing an innovative pressure campaign in support of abolishing the corn laws. Oh, I didn't realize we had that active. Do we have... Oh, we do. We got the corn laws going. Huh. Good to know. Japan gets migration from countries that they conquer if you do that. And multiculturalism with no migration restrictions. Yeah, but even if you conquer places, if you have ethno-state, all those people are going to be largely oppressed. Which is why I still don't think it's of a benefit to be on ethno-state. Like, yeah, it is a benefit if we were on it literally right now. But I don't think the benefits of it right now outweigh just going to one of the other things. $1K for ship of the line. Yeah. Well, no, it looks like our ship of the line was only 800. Probably because we upped one of the things that we upped. America gets all mass migration because of the arable land. Yeah. Arable land. Also, you do get quite a bit of a bonus if you build the Statue of Liberty there. A new guard of intelligentsia bureaucrats are outshining the daimyo in every aspect of their work. This is a very encouraging omen for the efficacy of appointed bureaucrats. Ah, nice. Yes, this is what we need. Ah, man. I would love to get this plus 10% interest group political strength for the intelligentsia, but we really do need this plus 20. Because that's going to equal money. Oh yeah, it tells you. Today I learned. Yeah, I feel like though there's got to be a different place it tells you, because I just looked it up on the ship builder, the ship designer, and you only get this with the DLC. You don't get this with the 1.13 update. It tells you there. So there's got to be another place that tells you that's not on there. Like when you're building a ship. I mean, I guess, yeah, you could go to the ship and look. But say it's a new ship you haven't built yet. So it's got to tell you somewhere else as well, I feel like. OJ Ham. Mr. Floyd Pinkerton, hello, hello. How are you? How are you? Maybe I did not get any migration because I have 100% pollution in all states. Who knows? Yeah, that does it too. Hey, DeWolfie. Hello, hello. I am new here. Yeah, welcome, welcome. How are you? Good to see you. Welcome in. Darth Hallex, hello there. I got Vicky 3 on the sale last weekend, and your videos have helped me immensely with learning the game. Big thanks. Oh, thank you so much. Thanks for coming in to say so. I appreciate it. Welcome to the Victorian era, my friend. Who are you playing with in your first runs? Doing well. Missed the first hour due to I had to help with grandkids. Oh man. Yeah, kids, man. Kids, they do distract from video games. Unfortunately. God, this weekend I was doing a whole bunch of grading this weekend. I fell behind on some of my grading. I finally got it all done. I spent a couple hours doing this, and I was like, oh man, I just want to play Victoria 3 when I'm done. I just submitted the last grade, and my son comes up to me, who's 6. He's like, Dada, when you're done, will you play Minecraft with me? I was like, okay. And so I was like, all right. I can't complain. He's playing a video game with him. But I was like, yeah, I'll play Minecraft. Ham helps us all. Oh, thank you. I hope so. I try to. I need to get some content for this stuff out. Like I was saying, it's hard to figure out what to start with and what video to put together. But there will be one. Don't get me wrong. Well, now that I think about it, in the upcoming Russia DLC, if you want a small country, you'll have to play as Krakow. I know. I'm actually looking forward to the Russia one for that. I feel like there's going to be quite a few small countries to play in the Russia DLC. I see the expansion is out, and Ham has 289 followers, and he no longer has time to say hi to puny mortals like me. Oh no, sorry my friend, I'm massively behind chat here, as you can see. I'm trying to catch up. So apologies. Eventually I got down the list to when you said hi. Never. I would never. How are you? Good to see you. It has been revealed that Kotohito of the Jisha has been having a secret affair with a member of the clergy. His resignation is being demanded. So he's a theocrat. We don't really care for that. Oh, he's given them massive approval. Or, I mean, strength. So, yeah, buddy, you gone. Force him to step down. And who did we get instead? Traditionalists. It doesn't give them as much political strength. It's actually taking 5% away from them. Excellent choice. Man, I'm glad that guy had an affair. Representing his constituents in the shonen, Okada Yoshinobu has issued a formal petition to the Japanese government to pass capital fleet. We actually don't mind capital fleet. That's one of these new laws here. Yeah, so the diplomatic fleet... Oh, we do get more involvement generation here. But... Oh, from here we'll get prestige, but also we get capital ship construction efficiency. Yeah, we'll pass that. Actually don't. Of all the laws to ask for, that's not so bad. Oh my god, I'm... Apologies, everybody. I'm behind again. Chat is very active today. Yeah. He's trying to play the game as well, yeah. I assure you, it's very personal. Ham has it in for me, I promise you all. Mr. Floyd Pinkerton's on to me. Cheers. How do you decide what to build where? Also, is it always good to privatize buildings? So, what to build where? The general answer to what to build where is keeping production chains localized. So for instance, I decided beginning of the game, this is my construction state, because I have iron, I have logging, I have cotton, I have coal. Coal, not needed for construction, but will be needed for like input goods for iron and stuff. And so I'm building my construction sectors here, and then all of the goods for construction sectors I build here. Then like down here I had decided this is where I'm going to build steel and motors, because I have coal and iron, the two input goods, and so then I'll build steel and motors here. So that's kind of how you decide where to build things. You want to try to localize the production chain as much as you can. On top of that too, you kind of want to look at how many peasants you have in each state to make sure you got workers for it. And then I do so there's debate on privatized buildings or government buildings. I think it's best to privatize buildings when you can, because with agrarianism you get plus 30% government dividends efficiency. You have a base of 25, I believe. So you're losing about 45% of the dividends you get from a building being government owned. So that 45% of the profits of a building when it's government owned are just disappearing. As opposed to if it was privately owned, 100% of the profits go to your pops, and then you get that money back in taxes from the pops. And that's kind of the short answer there. I think privately owned buildings are best, but there is debate on it. I played Sweden first, but struggled a bit, leading me to your Sweden series. Oh, nice. But now I'm playing a Belgium game trying to follow the construction loop. Yeah, it should still pretty much be the same. See, the thing with Belgium is you do start with a pretty big economy already, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But you do have a lot going on already. But the same construction loop should work there in Belgium, because they have pretty much everything they need. Pretty much. I'm pretty good. I've had a long past few days with little sleep. Oh no, I'm thinking of passing out a little bit on the couch. Nice, nice. Get some sleep, my friend. I know that feeling. I feel like nowadays at around 3:30 every day I'm just out. No matter how much I try to fight it, I just pass out. I'm getting old. The corn laws, our taxes on grain imports, have afforded the landowning classes a great deal of economic leverage, which they use to maintain their influence on Japanese policy. Ugh. Yeah, we could get more loyalists, but I don't want to give the aristocrats more power. 10%. We could kind of use that right now. Our efforts to pass the appointed bureaucrats law have run into several classic bureaucratic hurdles. Debates rage around such lofty matters as the correct shape of filing cabinets. All right. We don't have the bureaucracy to lose. You know what? I'll take added enactment time as long as we get to the success chance. So we'll take this. And it lowers that a little bit for us. Try a USA game or a China game. Yeah, USA. Well, I don't think USA is good for learning the game. I think once you've learned the game, the US is one of the easiest countries to play. But the US, I don't think starting with any great power is good to learn the game on, because I think the economy is just too big to kind of learn what's happening with the economy in the game. You can make mistakes and not really see the effects of it. I think the reason why people like Sweden and Japan is because they're not a great power yet. So the economy is a little bit smaller. But once you've got the hang of things, yeah, USA or a China game is a lot of fun. That sounds hard. I'm so scared of playing USA just because there's so many states. Yeah, it is a little intimidating. It is a little bit. But eventually, though, totally worth it. Because the US is kind of, once you get the hang of it, the US is kind of like easy mode in this game. Oh no, it's wilderness, good fun. You'll have so much agency in changing the course of the world events, and you can challenge world powers while being flexible with workforce and whatnot. USA is great for building an economy. You can do so much and plan so much. Yeah, I mean, there's so much to do with the US because you have everything you need pretty much. I think, though, learning the mechanics, though, a lot of things can just kind of fly under the radar. I think once you get the hang of the economic system of the game, then doing a US run to learn kind of like the diplomatic and military stuff would be good, because yeah, you'll have such a big economy to use that you'll be able to try it out like that. The thing that happened to me in the Belgium game is that I accidentally ended up in the British market. I entered their power block, and now I have basically no control over construction good prices. Yeah, that's what's difficult when you enter another market. I mean, the thing is, like, you can make a lot of money because you're in such a larger market, but yeah, because they're such a big economy, you're always hurting on important construction goods like iron. And so yeah, it makes it a little harder to stay up to date with it. The good thing, though, is that they can't subjugate you because you're a major power. Yeah. Damn, be those landowners a stopping block at every turn. I know. The daimyo here. I mean, I've seen it worse than 36%, but that's pretty powerful for right now. Getting off of tenant farmers will help us. We're off of local police force now. Actually, what is our military system? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, no, this is different. So peasant levies usually gives political strength to aristocrats, but our warrior caste is doing it for officers. See, the thing is, the Edo status system is also really helping the landowners here, which makes it a little bit more Japanese. A little bit hard. I was reading this line as I was speaking. Makes it a little bit harder. I think I'll try Japan at some point to learn the unrecognized power mechanics. Yeah, this would be a great country to do that with. And, you know, Japan also, you can really learn the economics of the game very well with Japan. I don't know if all the new content will interfere with that, but like I said, you're isolationist mostly. It is actually a little bit different now. You're not fully isolationist. And you have pretty much everything you need in your country. Nice. We got samurai training. Very cool. All right. Laws at consideration. Well, live and learn. Yeah. Yeah. You should have some amount of control over your construction good prices. No, don't construction sectors buy iron at the local price of the province they're in. Yeah. No, that's true. That's a good point. They do buy at the local price. So yeah, I guess as long as you are localizing construction. See, that's the problem, is that, like, if you start separating the production chain, it would be difficult. Like, for instance, if you were playing as the Netherlands, actually, what does Belgium have? Oh, so you do have iron there. If you were playing as the Netherlands and you're in the British market, that would be devastating, because Netherlands doesn't have access to iron. So you'd be paying the British market price for iron, which would be awful. But yeah, Belgium does have the one state here that has a ton of iron. So as long as you kept construction here in Wallonia, you should be okay. But that's the other thing, though, is that if you build things like over here in Flanders, maybe not construction, but anything else, is going to have a lot, is going to have very expensive iron if you stay in their market. But the other thing is, those iron mines of yours in Wallonia are going to be making bank, because they're going to be selling it also to the British market. Should you let other nations build in your country? You should. I won't say you should never give away investment rights in your country. The thing you have to keep in mind is, one, your GDP ownership. So right now, so we gave Prussia investment rights. They're not building too much. And the thing that's beneficial about it is basically it's like a second construction queue. So it's good in that sense. The biggest drawback to letting countries build in your country are the regional HQs. So their companies can build a regional HQ, and they send the reinvestment out back to their country. So for example, let's say, what are we getting here? Our iron mines in Tohoku here. So we're getting 5.3K of reinvestment going back to our investment pool. Let's say there was a regional HQ for a Prussian company, and they owned all of these iron mines. Basically, this 5.05K of reinvestment would not be coming here. Our investment pool would be 5K less, or would be earning 5K less. So if you start to get too many regional HQs, that can be very detrimental to your country. And so, personally, I don't ever give away investment rights for more than 10 years, because I feel like after 10 years, I'll probably want to get rid of it. But it is very beneficial, because they'll build things for you. So it's a delicate balance you have to keep an eye on. The heat of summer has sent the elderly Tokugawa Iyoshi's health into a sharp decline. Oh my god. If I could give feedback to the game, the one thing I would say is please change the sound effect to this event. Now bedridden, the Shogun must fight one last battle against his failing heart. Oh! Oh, our Shogun. Oh, our Shogun's dead. Alright. Oh my god. Okay, reverse hamcuts. What were we talking about before? As the new head of the Tokugawa clan, Tokugawa Isada has been granted the office of Shogun by the Emperor. Sickly since childhood, the state of the shogun's health has already spurred a race to succeed him. But we don't have a traditionalist shogun anymore. So what we're looking at here is the achievement Railroad Tycoon. Where is it? Here it is. As Japan reformed the Tokugawa shogunate into the Taikanate and built 50 levels of railway in Japan. So we need any law to have the Taikanate amendment, and supposedly we get this after we lose the traditionalist shogun. So I guess we'll keep an eye on that. Not just iron, but goods in general. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, for the British market thing. Any goods that are like at massive deficits in the other country's market, they're going to be expensive in your market. So, but it also, depending on the country you are, like being in somebody else's market can give you access to goods you might not have access to. So there's also that benefit. Got recognized playing as Kabul into Afghanistan. Oh, I love Kabul. It's one of my favorite countries to play with in the game. Don't know why that nation clicked so much with me. Yes. Kabul is the country that I was playing when this game finally clicked for me. Oh my god. There is, right? There's something about Kabul that helps the game just click for you, because yeah, same with me. I love it. The civil service, currently led by the daimyo, are deliberately stalling the government by creating unnecessary paperwork. They demand that their jobs be protected under the appointed bureaucrats' law. Yeah, we don't want to add this. Yeah. So we'll get a setback for just an added 5% chance. Oh, we already have the one setback, though. So we'll lose 10%. I'm actually okay with that. We lost a bit of bureaucracy, too, though, because of it. Interesting. Good to know. Yeah, my GDP shot up by like 70% when I joined the market because of the increased prices. Yeah, exactly. It does have its benefits. It's like, that's the thing that is so beautiful about this game. I feel like there is nothing in the game that's really intended to be like, you should not do this. Everything has a benefit and a drawback, and you just kind of have to weigh the pros and cons of everything. Being in another market, a larger market, there's a lot of drawbacks to it, but there's a lot of benefits you get from it as well. There's a lot I randomly learned just by watching ham streams. Oh, nice. I love that. I love hearing that. Making 3 lessons for free. Yeah. That's right. Well, hit like on the stream right now. Apparently, I've been told that means something to YouTube. So I've been told to say that because apparently that's the way. So there you go. Lessons for free, and all you got to do is hit the like button on the stream. Oh, well, I guess that's just on YouTube. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's also good if you're on Twitch. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, Darth Halix. Thank you for the follow. That is very appreciated. There you go. Vicky 3 lessons for free. All you need is to like and subscribe. You know, also, I keep forgetting to mention in terms of like YouTube stuff. You can't really see this here. My daughter made me a Lego YouTube play button. It's so cute. She's like, here you go, Dada. It's your own YouTube play button. So I keep that over here now. Very cute. When I was playing Persia a long time ago, I had investment rights with 6 countries. There was a lot of constructions, but not a single country owning a huge chunk of the GDP. That's good. Not sure how much better that was, but it helped me get started. Yeah, when you're like a smaller country, Persia is not so small, but smaller, yeah, it can help you. You know, giving away tons of investment rights is not always so bad. Because again, especially at the beginning, you can get a lot of stuff built very quickly and then get started. So it is beneficial in that way. In fact, I would say really the only drawback to foreign investment are the regional HQs. I feel like that's the thing. Date Nirakuni, leader of the daimyo, has been openly preaching about the benefits that a mysterious and secret political gamble can bring to our government. When asked for details, he smiles coyly, refusing to elaborate. Yeah, no, I don't want you to do that. Oh my god, what is wrong with my voice today? YouTube, you heard the man. Click the button. Yes. Yeah, there's no like thing that pops up on screen when you hit the like button, but I appreciate that, just 24. That's so adorable. I love it. I know, right? I love that little thing. So nice. 290 followers now. Poor Pinkerton will get ignored for sure now. Never ignore Mr. Floyd Pinkerton, nor anybody else. Though I will be slow on the chat maybe. All right. The factions that emerged around Shogun Ieyoshi's succession have clashed once more over who will succeed the childless Tokugawa Isada. The Hitotsubashi faction of outsider daimyo and lower samurai support Tokugawa Yoshinobu, whilst the Nanki faction of insider daimyo support Tokugawa Yoshitomi. So here's the modernizer, and this person's just a child. But we can't do this. Oh! So we want this. And I think what Reverse Hamcuts had told us, we need legitimacy to be at 100. Okay, well, first off, let's get the samurai in there. Damn. But we're not going to be able to get it to 100. Can we... I don't remember. Can we... It's over 50, so we'll do that. So we can do this. So this guy becomes the heir. He's the modernizer. So we'll do that. And now the heir is our modernizer guy. We don't want to abdicate. Alright. Well, there we go. So we'll do that. Let's negotiate with the samurai. The samurai pour only their best vintage and smoke only their finest tobacco during a polite discussion with government representatives about appointed bureaucrats. Yeah, we'll do this. I mean, let's increase the size of the army. We kind of have to do that anyway. It's kind of an easy addition to make. Can we get the petit bourgeoisie, or the shonen back in there? No, we cannot. Okay. So we'll keep the government like this. All right. So we're on track. And we are up to now building our steel and motor industry in Kyushu. What are we up to here? I want to get a company going. Okay, percussion cap. We do need that. Logistics, and then we can get our corporate charter. So the company we want to start with, or actually, what are we up to now? 58. What is paper up to? Ooh, our ships are almost done. Yeah, see, look at that. We got pressure building us some iron. We don't mind it. What are the construction goods at? Oh, yeah, so we do need to be building more iron. We need like 242. So we'll add this to the end. Once we get the steel mills, we're gonna pump this up to that. Oh yeah, what are we... How are we with this stuff? So, so we have a... We have, oh, sulfur mines built. So let's get the paper going. Oh, we are banging with paper now. And then these guys will start hiring up. Now, eventually, too, we need some mobilization options. We really need more groceries. It looks like we have at least one. Oh, we got quite a few. We have percussion cap. So where does that put us? That puts us at a surplus. We could use more liquor. So let's put one of these guys to Osaka. We'll put you on pot stills. So we got a surplus there. Now we can use a little bit more. Not enough crew in the fleet. Oh. We lost a general. This is our regular army. So we have a traditionalist, a modernizer, and a traditionalist. This is the defensive strategist. Well, now that we only have one general in the army, I don't mind it as much. So we'll get the Armed Forces modernizer in there. And now, what are we missing here? Missing 500. Okay. So I'll add one more naval administration in there. Look at this. Alt-click. I added it to the top. Alright, the fleet is done. We can now build... We can now transport 7 and 4 Marines. I do want to build a stack of Marines that we can attach to this Navy. Oh, hello! Oh, hey, Melissa... Melisomnia, hello, hello, welcome, welcome. Hey, I was just watching you before. How did your Finland run go? Thank you for the raid. Very appreciated. How did Finland finish out for you? Let me do a hold on. A shout out here. Shout out to Melisomnia. Did I do it right? Yeah, I did it right. There you go. Everybody check out Melisomnia. I was just watching the stream of hers earlier today on the weekend. Very chill vibe, which I very much love. Always good to find a channel that has a chill vibe. And playing Victoria 3. It's playing some Victoria 3, so definitely check her out. Good, good. We lost our legendary Grand Admiral, though. Oh, no. No. Say it ain't so. Well... There's always another one out in the sea. Just like there's always another fish in the sea, there's always another legendary Grand Admiral in the sea. This is Shogunate Run. Yes, yes it is. So I started this one last week on Tuesday when the update came out. So we're trying out all the new narrative content and everything. So we're going through it. We're working towards the achievement Railroad Tycoon. As Japan reformed the Tokugawa shogunate into the taikanate and built 50 levels of railway in Japan. So we just have to create the taikanate, which we are working our way towards, slowly but surely. Thank you for the shout out. Yeah, of course, no problem. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. Oh, hardliners or moderates for the Tenpo Crisis reforms. Unfortunately, we failed the Tenpo Crisis. I was trying to go for the moderates, but I just didn't keep up with it. A lot of content going on at the beginning. I was focusing so much on the honorable restoration, I kind of let the Tenpo Crisis go to the wayside. So I failed the Tenpo Crisis. This was Mannerheim, super legendary. Oh, in the Finnish lore in real life. Oh no. So what you're saying is not another one out in the sea. Ah. Well, apologies. Ah, just 24 lurk. I always appreciate a good lurk. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Will there ever be a hardliners reform run? Possibly. I want to go back and do it again. And to be honest, I would like to go back at some point with Japan and go for Thanks Obama. As Japan, prior to abolishing serfdom, have Hokushinetsu side with you during a civil war. So we'll have to stay on serfdom for a little bit, which would also be beneficial to the hardliners. So at some point, yeah, I have to come back to Japan and try for that. I know both the moderates and hardliners have their own lore. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I kind of let that journal entry slip, unfortunately. But we will get back to it. All right. So, what do we got going on? Yeah, hardliners want hereditary bureaucrats. We're trying to get off of hereditary bureaucrats right now because we can use the taxation capacity. Will massively help our budget in the 68k of unrealized taxes. All right, our ships are fully staffed. Where do we want to go? You know, we do need more trade a-going. Interesting here. We need to go get some interests somewhere. Due to the drop... Oh, wait, what was that? Lost stalled. Due to the drop of temperature caused by the volcanic eruption, all the crops in Chugoku have been destroyed in the subsequent disease outbreak, and now the farmers have come begging for help. Damn, look at... Yeah, this agricultural throughput drop. 5,200 expenses for 5 years. How are we on agriculture, on grain and stuff? Ooh, yeah, we could really not afford this. So we're going to take the extra expenses. Boris, my dog, nearly climbed up into the truck by himself. Oh boy. Wowzers. Is that something the dog should be able to do or not? I guess it all kind of depends on the size of the dog. How are you enjoying the new DLC? I'm really enjoying it. I'm loving it. I was saying before, you know, there's a lot of people who've been reporting that just massive bugs. I haven't encountered as many, so I guess my enjoyment hasn't been sullied by that, but I think it's great. I'm loving the new ship designer mechanics. Actually, a better way to I find to get to it is through here. The new ship designer thing I think is great. I'm enjoying this. There's a lot of stuff to get used to. It does change a lot of, like, core gameplay loops. So there is that. But that's also what I love about updates to the game. Alright, so let's think about this. We're going to create a company soon. Let's slow it down for a second. The first company we want to create is going to be... The second one we're going to create is Mitsubishi. But the next one is going to be... First one's going to be Sumitomo. So we're going to want to get refined steel. We could start looking at exporting steel. Who's importing it? Whoa. Nobody yet. Well, there's also fertilizer. That'll be something the company can do. Someone was saying the shipbuilding can bug out sometimes. Interesting. Builds don't get finished. Oh, okay. Interesting, interesting. I'll have to keep an eye out for that, because I haven't encountered it yet, but I will say I haven't also fully explored all of it yet. So it's possible I just haven't gotten to that yet. Oh, we have no fertilizer going. All right, well, what's going on with fertilizer on the world market? Who do we want interests in? Provence and Italy. So we could probably park our ship here and increase our involvement in these two regions. So let's go do that. Let's do it in both of those places. We'll do that for now. Make use of these boats. Budget is looking a little budgety. Hey, J-Makers, what's up? What's up, my friend? Good to see you. Good to see you. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. I had a buggy journal entry in the learn the play scenario. Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Melisomnia, I think you were saying, too, you ran into a bug in that one. Interesting. So the learn to play scenario is a little suspect right now. It's so funny. It's so paradox that the tutorial in the game isn't working. Such a paradox thing to do. He's a mid-sized. Oh, and what I drive are a cab over engine. So it wasn't an easy climb for him. Oh, very nice. Okay, cool. Well, congratulations, little DeWolfie dog. Good job, little buddy. Tutorial preparing you for future crashes. Yeah, that's true. That's the best tutorial right there. That's true. And now we're going to show you what your future is going to be like. Nice, nice. Ooh, we're almost done with this, which is good. A newspaper called the Kyushu Tribune has printed a bigoted article about the Han people living there. We can suppress the article, or we can let it be released. We have the authority. I don't like to lose standard of living. Ooh, we have to really... Okay, there's multiple sectors to take care of here. All right, we'll do this. It's okay. Doing well. Looks like you've got Japan rolling. Loving this update. Pretty obsessed. Yes, same. Same. Going well so far. I mean, yeah, we've got them rolling. We're a great power. We're 7th. That's not bad. But just noticing now what my standard of living is at doesn't bring me joy, let's say. All right, we're about to get our first steel mill here, though. Oh, we got the first one. Excellent. So let's... Oh, law debate success. Let's get tools using steel. And so now, oops. All right, so now tools are good. Steel is like this, but that's because they haven't hired up yet. So that's fine. With the attitudes of the intelligentsia towards the Netherlands growing more apathetic, their leadership has begun to discuss reassessing the group's support for the Japanese Dutch Society. Are they... I kind of forgot we had a Japanese Dutch Society. You know, maybe we'll keep this, because I don't mind being good with the Dutch, and that'll help us keep the intelligentsia happy. So you stay there. We might as well try to do stuff. Do we have any treaties with them already? Oh, we do. We have a lopsided trade privileges treaty. Well, I forget what this was about. Why? Why can't we get... Why not us? Ah, they're in the Prussian market, that's why. Well, what else can we do with them? Paradox right now going, someone are actually playing those learning stuff. I know, right? Like, oh my god, all hands on deck. I mean, they just had the free weekend of the game. You think they'd be like, hey, somebody's gonna try that out. We should take a look at it. Let's improve relations. That'll help us. That'll help the lobby. And then can we do some mutual investment rights? No, that's because they don't like us very much right now. So let's just improve relations. That'll help the lobby right there. All right, so these guys are hiring slowly but surely. Move to that. Actually, that might be the only place we have coal, but let's double check here. No, it's not. So let's move to the condensing engine pump all around. All right, we've got some goods to take care of. There's a funny, ahistorical, but still funny thing going on in Arabia in this patch. They import slaves, the slaves revolt, and African countries form in the peninsula. Really? Do we have that yet? Ah, pharmaceuticals. All right, we could finally get public health insurance. Ooh, I think we failed a commitment because we were supposed to go to capital ships next. Whoops. Interesting. Yeah, it hasn't really happened out here yet, but we shall see. Oh, we've got one? Which one? Which one? Because I think we start with Darfur. Oh, this is interesting. Luo. Oh, Luo, yep. So I had a funny run going with Portugal, where I had taken over Congo. Congo, for some reason, had this place. They owned it. I conquered Congo, took that over, and so now this was Congo, and this was the only location for the Congo. I had a great little screenshot of that. All right, so now we're on to the motors. Yeah, oopsies. Whoops. So Western Europe went up, nice. So now... Oh, Italy formed. I was like, where's Provence? There it is. Wait, what? Oh my god, there's Provence. Oh, I did not realize what had just happened here. Wow. All right, let's raise relations. with both of these guys. And then eventually we'll try to get some trade privileges over there. Ah, we got appointed bureaucrats. Let's wait for the Monday update. Set minus 73k. Whoa. Okay, that somehow was worse for us. Talk about whoopsie. All right, let's pause and figure out what happened here. The efficiency of our whaling stations in Osaka has proved to have a dangerous counterpart, and death has become common to almost every voyage. It is a high price to pay, but the profit is equally high. Who's this guy? Oh, one of our admirals. No, let's get a decrease to the mortality. All right. Damn. What exactly happened there? Okay, what we really need is we need some government admins. Which we have paper for days at the moment. Well, not for days, but we got paper. We got it. So how much taxation capacity do we get here? 10. So we'll do about 5 here. They actually are good on taxation capacity there. I always say don't go chasing bureaucracy. And here I am doing it. Alright, we'll start with that. We'll put it all to the top. And we'll do this first, and then finish these motors. Actually, the government admins we have already, are they utilizing what they should be? Oh, look at that. Perfect timing. We can get more paper. Yeah. France split. France always managed to mess up in Vicky. Yeah, I know, right? It's so true. What I find funny about this is they've now condensed the strategic regions. The strategic region used to be, this is France and this is Occitania. And I was always like, what's the point of the Occitania region? Like, this is never a separate country, so you just need to have an interest in France. Now that it's all one region, I'm in a run where these are 2 separate countries. Oh, do we have... Oh my god, I forgot about colonizing up here. Damn, did Russia take the interest? Okay, we still have a claim. Okay. Oh, well, we can pass a law right now. Alright, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to colonial exploitation. Is that what we want, though? Because what's the culture here? I knew Siberian. North Asian. Their heritage is North Asian. East Asian. Oh, okay. So yeah, we'll do colonial exploitation. So that we can get that going. Yep, historically it was a very violent time for them. Yeah, oh, interesting. Okay. Oh, hey, AJ Buwalda, hello, hello. Yeah, corn laws. Yeah, we got the pesky little corn laws here. Problem is, I really don't want to go to free trade right now. Maybe we can go to free trade, complete the corn laws, and then go back to protectionism, which is just a nuisance. And something we already did, because we were on isolation, or the variant of isolationism to start. Yes, Sakoku. The British forced us to go to free trade, and then we went back to protectionism. It would just be so funny if we went back to free trade, get rid of the corn laws, just to go back to protectionism. But yeah, we got the corn laws going. All right, let's get these government admins a-going. Now that we're a great power, though, we have a very good interest rate. So it isn't so bad if we go into debt. Though I don't want to be barreling into debt head first with my mouth open, so we'll get a little bit of government admin going here. What are the corn laws? So it's an event here that pops up. It sparks up if your price of grain goes to plus 20% or above. And it's kind of annoying because there's events that will randomly pop up for it, and it's events that will always benefit the landowners, and give them like additional political strength, and so it's not great. So you kind of want to get rid of the corn laws. The one benefit it does have is it gives you a market liberal petite bourgeoisie, which is fine. This was one of the original cheeses of the game. People would use the corn laws because it gave you a market liberal landowner, which, if you can make them the head of the landowners, really helps you modernize your country. So they got rid of that. So now the only benefit of it really is that it'll give you a market liberal petite bourgeoisie, which is not so hard to get. So now it's more of a nuisance. And the only way to get rid of it is to enact free trade. So you want to enact free trade to complete the corn laws so that you don't keep getting those random events giving your landowners more political power. Yeah, free trade is a trap. Yeah, I feel like you really need a much larger economy where you're really starting to export things a lot because you get that plus 25% trade advantage. But I don't think we're quite there yet. You can get the free market guy from the corn laws. Yeah, and flip interventionalism, laissez-faire. Yeah. Trying to get rid of the landowners myself. Yeah, it's hard. Some of the easy first things to do is, if you start off with serfdom, they're getting plus 25%. So, oh, this has changed. It used to be plus 50%, and you didn't mind switching to tenant farmers because even though they're getting 25%, they're losing 25% there. So, first thing to do is get off of serfdom or tenant farmers, go for peasant proprietorship. The other thing is a lot of countries start with local police force. That's giving them plus 5% political strength. And the landowners don't mind going to dedicated police force, which doesn't give them any benefit. So getting to dedicated police force is good. If you start... But we can't see it here because we have a law variant of peasant levies. But if you start with peasant levies, it starts with giving plus 25% political strength to aristocrats. So switching off of peasant levies will help with that. But the biggest way to really disenfranchise them is to empower your industrialists. The more power the industrialists have, the less power they have. And the industrialists get power from urban buildings. So if you can build urban buildings and sell them to the private sector, the industrialists buy them, they get more power, these guys get less power. To outside observers, the samurai may appear firmly committed to the idea of colonial exploitation, but behind this facade of unity, discord has long festered. Now, a clique of dissenters have finally had enough and have officially broken with their fellow members over the issue of reform. But we don't have a setback yet, so we'll get the plus 5%. It's not the plus 10, but we'll take that. Landowners have more than enough clout in Japan as it is. Yeah. In fact, I think they've lowered the starting clout for the daimyo a little bit with the new update. It used to be much higher. Yeah, landowners withhold corn to get their way. Just pop up within the game. Landowners are now marginalized. Oh my god, yeah. It's always so nice when you finally see that. Goodbye. I see, yeah. Yeah. No worries. Also, voting laws can swing things quite a lot. Oh, yeah, you're right. Which we need to do here. We need to get rid of Bakufu here. After we get some colonization going, maybe we'll do that. Also, you know, we don't have a lot of institutions to work with. All right. I really need more universities here. At least we're finally going for corporate charters next. We're getting tech spread on nitroglycerin. Oh, good. So we do need to start some explosives factories. And for that, we'll need sulfur and fertilizer. Where is our sulfur? So down here. So we'll probably keep it going down here, because we also have the lead. Landed or wealth voting both curb the landowners quite a bit without pissing them off too much. Yeah, well, kinda. I feel like the problem with landed voting is that, yeah, it's giving plus 100% political strength to the aristocrats. So landed voting itself is not ideal. You're getting voting rights, but you're giving a big benefit to aristocrats. Wealth voting would be better than landed voting. And then census suffrage would be better than wealth, and then universal suffrage is better than census. But yeah, if you can't really go to census suffrage or universal suffrage, wealth voting isn't such a bad thing to go to. If you have industrialists on the board, if the majority of wealth is being held by the landowners, then this also isn't the best. They withdrew from the treaty where they get trade advantage, but don't have to give anything up. Okay. The government's attempt to pass the colonial exploitation law has brought the ethics of colonialism to the forefront of public debate. So I'll take the second one, because this one, 40% chance of losing 10%. Not great. So take this. Alright, we gained 10. That's not bad. I like how detailed the laws are, among other aspects. Yes, yeah. Yeah, and the tooltips. Tooltips are such a good thing in this game. They really do explain everything. In the tutorial videos I make, I forget which video it was, but I think somebody one time commented, this guy's just reading the tooltips to you. I'm like, I mean, in many ways, you're not wrong. I'm organizing the tooltips in an easily consumed way. Thank you very much. But I must away to sleep. Best of luck with growing the governmental institution. Yeah, thank you. Well, thank you for your stream earlier, and thank you for the raid. Very cool. When I'm done with this, I'll go back and give you a follow, because I'd like to watch more of your Vicky 3 run. But yeah, get some sleep. I'll see you next time. That are good in-between voting laws. Yeah, like wealth voting. Yeah, it's a good in-between one. The Netherlands. Oh, my country. Oh, nice, nice. I'm trying to befriend the Netherlands. But they're like, I don't know about you guys. Oh, good. We're neutral now. Okay, so we're getting there. We're getting there. He's reading the tooltips, unlike most players. Yeah, I know, right? Exactly. What a criticism. This guy only knows what he's doing because he read the instructions. It's like, well, yeah, that's how it works. What a spite move from the Dutch. I know, right? Like, what was that? What's funny is I actually don't mind them withdrawing from that treaty, because then I can use that. Oh, you know, well, I was gonna say I could use that to get something else in a treaty, but I forgot they're in the Prussian markets, so we can't get trade privileges from them. All right. All right, though. So, I realized I played over the 2-hour mark break. So we're going to take one here at the 2:30 mark, because we will get hit by ads shortly. So, we're going to pay homage to the gods of ads here, and take a quick break and let the ads run so we don't miss any gameplay. So, 90 seconds, and we will be right back. All right, and we're back, Let's see, what did I miss? Your Dutch studies are kind of weird, Japan. Yeah, right? Maybe that's where I went wrong. Actually, the Japanese love the Dutch. We were the only European power they wanted to trade with because we did not want to force Christianity. Oh, unlike others. There's a full-blown Dutch village now. Oh, very cool. See, this is one of the things I love about games like this. You can pick up little bits of historical info that you normally wouldn't. That's interesting. So historically, the Dutch and the Japanese are very good like that. I guess, too, it makes sense that, like, the Dutch had such a presence down here in this side of the world, too, right? So it probably helped in terms of trade relations and everything. But yeah, not forcing someone to convert to your religion really does help with relations. Imagine that. All right, who's building? Ah, okay, so we're getting coal, but we're getting it from their company, so we probably have regional HQs incoming. Yeah, you know, it was more about them pulling their trade privilege. Yeah, exactly. It's probably like, look, I don't care what religion you are, as long as you trade with us. Yeah, who knew? What an idea. Leaving someone's religion alone? What a concept. All right, so we're getting iron. We're gonna fix the price. Jeez, okay. It's like whack-a-mole. Wood, fabric. Wood and fabric. Okay. um, we needed more fabric. 214 more. Jeez. Because I'd like to now expand construction sectors here. 251 more. So probably that. Once we build those up, well, no, screw it. Let's get the 2 construction sectors added in. Did Dutch have the Mr. Krabs philosophy trade? I like money. Yeah, right? That's not so bad. You know where somebody stands when it comes to that. Money is tangible. All the rest of that stuff. Who knows? Who knows? You know, we actually just finished a series with Holland in Europa Universalis 5, where we went Holland into the Netherlands. That was a lot of fun. Holland in EU5 is a lot of fun. I have to do a Netherlands run in this game on stream at some point. The thing I like about a Netherlands run in this is that it starts with a little bit of difficulty in that you don't have iron, which is an interesting dilemma to start with and makes it a fun run. They've been trying to convert particular Amazonian people for more than 50 years. So far, no converts. Yeah, probably doesn't work as well. Trying a naval invasion for the first time, but it says that my fleet can't carry any battalions. My navy have 2 frigates with 0.4 carrying capacity, and I got a lot of supply ships. So when you look at your fleet here, basically, this is the total number of battalions your fleet can carry. So we need a lot more. We can only carry 7 battalions at a time. And so when it comes to a naval invasion, we can only bring about 7. And then these are the Marines. And it's different because the Marines can stay on the ship indefinitely. And so part of the reason why I want to expand this is that so we can get a decent sized army on here. So basically, let's say we were to just move this. Say we wanted to take the Nagasaki Guard army, I don't know, down here to the Philippines. It would only take 7 at a time, and so it would split the army up and move them in 2 trips. Oh, hold on. Okay, so basically that's how that works. We'll come back to that in a second. We got our modernizer Shogun here. As the new head of the Tokugawa clan, Tokugawa Yoshinobu has been granted the office of Shogun by the Emperor. The new Shogun supporters in the reformist domains have high expectations for his rule. We want legitimacy to be as high as it can be. So before we say yes, let's do this. Keep things at 100%. Oh, jeez, this stupid thing. Yeah, let's do that. All right. So we've got our modernizer. Oh, yeah, let's... After several rounds of terse correspondence, the Jisha have met with the Shogun's representatives and outlined their demands. Yeah, we don't want to give them funds. We could give them political concessions, but we do want to raise standard of living. Getting up to 10 is something we really need to do anyway, so let's do that. Okay. Alright, I guess we'll unpause and see what happens to us here. The fleet stuff looks cool. Yeah, it does. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot to dive into. I feel like I haven't even fully tackled all of it yet. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. It changes a lot of the basic gameplay, which I like. It's kind of cool. And the straits, I reiterate, I like money. I know, right? Like, so I've been doing a Sweden run offline, and you have the strait over here, and so I'm making a little bit of money, but then I subjugate Denmark, and I'm making a lot of money. Having control of a strait is a very lucrative thing in the game. We have one here, but I feel like, yeah, we're not getting a lot of tolls because there's not a lot of trade rolling through here. I suppose if we could get Great Qing to open its market. Although I guess I don't really know that people have a need to travel through this strait. So not as lucrative for us. Makes sense. Thanks. Yeah, of course. No problem. No problem. I love the troop carrying part of the update. England can't take over half the world before the century is out. Yes, see, that's what I like. I've seen a lot of people complaining about it because they're like, oh my god, I can't move my troops. And I'm like, yeah, it's true, it is kind of annoying. But it also means all the other countries can't move their troops as easily, which is also a good thing. Benin is the solution to all problems for any country, especially regarding iron, coal, and agriculture. The Netherlands has a vital need for Benin. Sind is also useful. I know. In my Sweden run, I've been going after Benin non-stop. They're very beneficial. It's also, too, the fact that they start with... Well, not start with, they have malaria as opposed to severe malaria. So you can actually start colonizing here as opposed to down here where you need more tech. You may want to acquire Indonesia since it has all the straits westward. Yeah, this update makes imperialism more complex, which is very cool. Yeah. So yeah, in terms of Indonesia, Indonesia is always a good plot of land to take. One, there's a lot of gold here, so that's helpful. But yeah, these straits over here, I bet, are very, very lucrative. Yeah, and imperialism is is a lot more difficult or complex. We were talking before, we won't see it here, but port connections become very expensive in the game. You really have to keep up with your merchant marines. But it does make but the thing is, if it's a port connection between your land and another piece of your land, you pay 100% of the merchant marine cost. If it's between your land and a subject, you pay the majority of the merchant marine cost, but not the entirety of it. So it is financially beneficial to have a subject as opposed to just straight up owning land. Frustrated with the lengthy legal process surrounding colonial exploitation, Tokugawa Yoshiatsu of the Samurai has approached us with an offer to expedite the process, utilizing his personal connections within the state apparatus. Yeah, we'll take this. I don't want these guys any more upset. So the thing I want to know, though, is now we have our modernizer Shogun. How do we spark whatever the event is to modernize? Oh, I keep forgetting, too, we are going to do this Elevate Buddhism thing. The Buddhist religious institutions in Japan have strong historical ties to the administrative arm of the shogunate. Having averted the end of the shogunate once, strengthening these institutions could help us maintain its power and strengthen religious traditions for Japan, not focused on emperor worship. So the Jisha are powerful. Yeah, so we'll get plus 15% taxation capacity, which will be very helpful. Minus 20% bureaucracy population cost multiplier. Okay, so we have 20 years basically to make the Jisha powerful. Hey, we finally get some of the Japanese music. I feel like we haven't gotten it yet all run. If it's really rough winter in the Orisund, or is the straight chillin'? We don't have any harvest conditions. I think the straight's just chilling. Can we take these guys yet? Oh, we can annex them. Is anybody going to join in? No. Let's take a save. We haven't saved yet today. That's the only reason why. You know, I just realized too, I feel like the hotfixes haven't messed with this save, which is nice. Some Japanese people are unfairly blaming the poor living conditions in Japanese Inzochi on their Ainu neighbors. Yeah, we'll use some authority. We'll lose some authority. Ah, they accepted the demands. Excellent. Look at that. We do get some coal throughput here as well. Ah, we get this now added to us. Thank you for the budget. Thank you very much. So now we just need colonialism. Get rifling. We might as well negotiate this. Prominent Hyman meet in Kyoto's finest cafe to discuss colonial exploitation. With the right leverage, perhaps their opinions could be swayed. They have, like, no political power, so we'll give them political concessions. We now have no stall chance, which is great. Alright, so this is higher up. That's good. The influx of foreign investment from Prussia has aroused fears amongst nationalist groups. The Shonins, ever wary of foreign subversion, have begun lobbying against Prussian interests. Aw, come on, people. Don't mess this up for us. Oh, you know, also, we've been increasing relations. Can we get those trade privileges with Italy yet? Yeah, we'll take your power block embassy. Oh, well, yeah, they can't get... We're not doing military assistance. We're great power now. Not selling them anything. I mean, it's 30%. We'll see what happens. Damn. What is their power block? Oh, they're in the Metternich system. The Metternich system. They're the leader of the Metternich system. Very interesting. The only thing we're really trading, we're importing sulfur. Well, let's do it. Give us our 3T. Thank you. The news that the government intends to pass colonial exploitation law has created great enthusiasm among those that are eager to exploit new and distant lands. Yeah, we get that plus 50% colony growth speed, but I'd rather get the plus 20%, because now we're over 50% for it. Alright. Okay, how we doing here? Logistics, excellent. Price is down. Price is still up here. Jesus, why are we so lacking on wood? We need tools. Oh, we haven't built the logging camps yet. What's going on here? We need 82. We'll build one more. We'll build one more there. God, this company is going to take all of our damn iron. I don't know if I really want this anymore. Damn, but we got 4 years of it left. All right, let's get to an even 100. We can afford it now. I saw a video of Lathe playing Japan, taking over all the straits and tanking the world economy by closing them. Yeah, I heard that that was going to be something that was a possibility. I have to look at that video and actually see it in action. But it makes sense, because, like, trade will be so much more expensive. Like, if you look now here, the goods input of the merchant marines is up 44% because of the trade distance, forcing people to go around straits and increase the cost of the trades is just so powerful. All right. Oh, law progressed. Very nice. So let's add 5 of those. 5 of those. Yeah, true protectionism. Yeah, this is true, right? Which also, you know, would make the treaty article to open the strait very valuable. I can only imagine what this does to multiplayer games. Oh my god, Prussia's gonna protectorate Austria here. If that were to happen in real life, it would be a disaster, especially a major oil corridor. Yeah. Imagine that. Imagine. Nobody would be that stupid, though, right? Right? Why the Brits still hold on to Gibraltar? Yeah, I don't know, right? I guess just to keep, maybe to keep access to the Mediterranean? If it's straight, you know? Yeah, big boy Germany. Yeah, we're going to probably see some super Germany forming here. All right, we got to add something to the queue. There's a lot we can add. What should I prioritize first? Okay, so first off, oh yeah, Kyoto. Kyoto doesn't have the natural harbor. But we will get additional trade advantage. So, oh, we do have some. Oh, I didn't realize we had one here. Oh, so we're getting 5% for the market capital. Let's build some groceries. Who though? Oh wait, that's right. I did want to build. Let's increase some of the whaling stations. Do them there. And then I think we need generally coal. We generally just need tools. Okay, so build them there. Keep it going. Tokugawa shogunate has a long tradition of different schools of Buddhism, many of which still wield influence today. With Jisha gaining in political power, one school stands out. The Pure Land School, we get university throughput. The Zen School, enactment time. The Nichiren School. Oh, they lose patriarchal. Hell yeah. The Shingon School. Standard of living. Yeah, we do that. Hell yeah. Oh, nice. So they're almost powerful. Let's look at our national cast, because their leader is traditionalist. Who could we make the leader of the Jisha here? Let's sort you guys by... Oh, so the only... Okay, so the only ideologies they have are theocrat, jingoist, or traditionalist. Interesting. What is the percentages of... Okay. So it's only those three, and then the 7% chance of a moderate. Alright, well, that makes sense. Okay, what are we building? Alright, finally, corporate charters. I would like to get more universities going. So... these will build quickly. Let's just put them at the top. An influential faction within the daimyo has grown frustrated with their co-members' neutrality on the topic of colonial exploitation. Themselves in favor of the law, they have now resolved to form a separate political faction intent on passing it. Yeah, we'll take this. The 6 plus 15%. Hey, Bull Thorson, hello, hello. What's the best nation for learning the game or making it click? Ooh, good question. So the classics are Sweden and Belgium. Sweden, I think, is is probably the best one, right? To learn the game on. I am a big proponent for Congo, to be quite honest with you, and I'll tell you why. I will say this, though. Congo's changed a little bit since the last time I played it. It used to be a single state, it's now 2. But if you want to learn the game, you need to learn how the economic aspects work, how the buildings interact with each other. Congo starts, look at this, they haven't even done anything. You start with a single millet farm. And so this is the thing I'm not sure about since they've updated Congo, but what it used to be, you're also relatively safe. Nobody is coming to attack you. You've got Portugal to your south, you can befriend them. The British leave you alone until like the mid-game. And so you can start building, you basically have nothing built, and so you can start building things and see how all these buildings interact with each other as you slowly build up an economy. I don't know how this dynamic changes now that you have a second state, North Angola here. But it used to be, it was actually, in my opinion, a very good country to learn on. Everybody will leave you alone until the mid-game. So I would recommend Congo. I would recommend Sweden. I think that another one would be... See, for me, it's also about countries that are not... You're not going to get attacked immediately. And not a great power. I don't think great powers are good to learn the game on. I think maybe... And a country that doesn't have a lot of a unique DLC narrative content. Those are my 2 go-tos, to be honest with you. Oh, and I would say Dynam. Dynam is pretty good. We just did a run as Dynam. People kind of left us alone for the most part. Japan was always on that list. And Japan is good. It does have a lot of narrative content now, so that's my only hesitation. But you start off isolationist. You have all your resources that you need. Oh, nice. We have colonial exploitation. You do start with a vice grip hold of your country by the landowners of the daimyo. Every country starts with that, but theirs is a little bit more than others. So maybe Japan. My 2 recommendations are Sweden and Congo. Congo with an asterisk because it might be a little bit different since the last time I played it. Either Belgium or Japan. Japan forces you to build from the ground up. Yeah. So yeah, the thing though with Japan is we now have all of this new narrative content. I don't really know how much that'll affect things. It doesn't seem like it's affected it all that much. So I would still say Japan is a good country to learn the game on. All right, let's get our colony moving. However, this also means we can start getting colonies elsewhere. Let's get our fleet over here. And let's establish a colony here. We can get ourselves some more resources. This is the complex game, so studying helps a lot. Yes, yes. Very true. Very true. There's always a lot to learn. It won't click immediately, but eventually it will. You did also say making it click. We were talking about this before. Oh, they're not really there anymore. The country I love playing as that made it click for me was Kabul. Now, I would not say Kabul is a good starter country. There's a lot of situations going on there. It's a lot of fun to play. But in terms of the game, I was playing as Kabul when the game finally clicked for me. But I had also been about a year into playing the game by that point, so... I would advise you to take one of those countries and mess about a bit. Yeah, my first 2 games, my economy's crashed and burned. Now I'm a decent player. Yeah, I think it's kind of a rite of passage, right? You need to have your runs, your beginning runs, where you just crash and burn. But I always say I don't think any of the great powers are good to learn the game on, because you have such a large economy that you can make mistakes, and the economy can kind of rectify itself to a certain degree, and so you won't really either know that you've made a mistake, or you won't fully see the ramifications of it. So it's not as good for learning. An affair between Toriyozo and Nayaki's spouse has reached our ears, threatening to affect his public image if we don't destitute the general. You know, I need to do another Congo run now that it's different, because I always have to say, oh, I haven't done a Congo run in a while. So I should do one. Oh, yes. Oh, this was our woodland combat expert. But he's an authoritarian. So, yeah, step down. And now we're going to need a new general. And I think we have a defensive strategist in the midst. Now, that's an offensive planner. Oh, yeah, well, this guy. He's the head of our main army. So we have a traditionalist, a moderate, and a traditionalist. I mean, this guy is a daimyo, so it's not great. Yeah, we'll take this guy. 5% offense, but... Alright, so... we'll unassign this guy. You can take him, and now this army will take the defensive strategist. There we go. Great power supporting anyway. Yeah, well, some of the ones that have like it's their own unique narrative content are pretty fun, like France, because of Voice of the People, is pretty fun now. Austria is a lot of fun because of all the narrative content. But I agree, like I don't find Great Britain to be very exciting. I don't find Russia to be very exciting, but we're getting that DLC later, so that's going to change. The US, I think, is fun only because it's a great power, but there's a lot of room to grow up. You have a big economy, but it's not like Great Britain where you already have the economy already built. So in terms of the great powers, I think the US is the fun one to do because you got a lot of room to go tall, and wide. I guess, well, more wide, I guess, but yeah, generally I agree. Building on a perceived common enmity to a Russian-American company, pro-Russian associates have become commonplace within the patriotically inclined Gosho. Yeah, we still got to get these guys off the ground. Yeah, we'll do that. The Shogun himself has officially opened the University of Tohoku. Academia is beginning to flourish in the Tokugawa shogunate. Let's do it. Brazil might also be a decent starter nation. Oh yeah, you're the big boy of South America. You have tons of wood to fuel early economy, and nobody bothers you usually. That's true. And actually, you made me remember now that you mention it. I would say Grand Colombia, or sorry, New Granada. New Granada is a good starter country, I would say, because you don't have a massive economy, but you have some good resources. Oh, good, we got nitroglycerin. Everybody will kind of leave you alone, other than eventually they're going to want to take the Panama Canal from land from you, but you can get money for that. It's a relatively small economy, so you have a lot to build. So I think New Granada is actually a pretty fun one to do as a starter. But yeah, Brazil is also a fun one. You get a lot of achievements you can hunt if you take Brazil. It helps to have a focus point. Yeah, generally you're developing vertically or expanding horizontally. Both are very different playstyles. Yeah, it's an excellent point. And that's the thing about this game, is that there's no... The thing you have to keep in mind about Victoria 3 is, despite what everybody says about there being what's the meta to the game, there is no meta. There's no meta to Victoria 3 because there's no winning condition. There's no way to win Victoria 3. And so since there's no winning condition, there's nothing you're supposed to do. So every run, you need to set your own goals and then just go. That's why I like the achievements. They can kind of give you a starting point. Oh, nice. The Jisha are powerful. I'll probably try Kabul then. They have no resources, it seems like. Ming is fun as well. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, hey, Matwis. Hello, hello. Yeah, Kabul. Kabul is fun. Kabul's a lot of fun. It's a little tough because there's a lot of stuff going on, but... Oh, that's why they're not there. We have Afghanistan now. Okay. But yeah, no, they're definitely a lot of fun. I highly recommend Kabul. Even if it's difficult, I think there's a lot to learn from Kabul. Because you start with almost nothing. So you really are building an economy up. And I think from what I remember, the first third of the game, most people aren't really coming for you. You can befriend Persia, so they won't really come after you, as long as you don't take Herat. Or even take Herat, maybe, I don't know. Ming is fun. Yeah, Ming is a big one. Or, yeah, like Great Qing, you mean? It's a big one. This is a tough one. Definitely not for learning the game, but definitely a fun run. And at the very end of Volume 3, we're going to get some narrative content for that. Another way to focus your run is making it IG themed. Yeah. Nationalist, liberal, monarchist, socialist. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What kind of country are you going to try to form? Who's this guy? The Japanese Dutch Society disbanded. Oh well. Oh, that was our general. Okay. So traditionalist, moderate, a jingoist. But also an offensive planner. But not part of the daimyo, which is nice. We'll take the jingoist. Oh, not so bad. All right, we're moving along up there. If you want to make the U.S. a communist one-party state or make Hawaii a giant financial center, that is all totally valid. Yeah, exactly. That's what makes it so much fun. All of that is perfectly legit. Something you can do. Some things may be a little more difficult than others, but still totally fun. What is this second Japanese fleet? How did you guys get separated? Wait, is this for Indochina or Indonesia? Oh, we have no involvement yet. Oh, because they haven't got there. Okay. Now, we still haven't gotten the Titanate thing. I hope I didn't brick that for us. Yeah, very sandbox game overall. That's what's so great about it. It is like a true sandbox game. Do what you want. There is no meta. You know, we do have to get off of agrarianism. Oh, if we get the urban center up to level 1 up here, we will activate some new narrative content. We just need 40 more. How much urbanization does one get? Plus 10. Oh yeah, we do need to start making explosives. Well, let's add it up here. Fertilizer. And 2 explosives. Alright, we'll get through all this stuff. We're still building ships. I still think fondly of my Persian narco state. Nice, yeah, that's always a fun one to do. Leaning into all the opium there. I love it. The Persian narco state. Yeah, Persia and New Granada are like the best narco states to create in the game. I'd argue that even losing in this game is fun. Yeah, not many would agree. No, I know what you're saying. Just like going for something and trying it, and then like you fail, you get that game over screen, but it's just kind of funny. So why not? We're gonna get the emergence of Germany soon here. Made Romania the most literate people in the world. Then I annexed Bulgaria and got spot 6. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, I did a Romania stream a while back. Wallachia into Romania. That's also a lot of fun. Wallachia is actually a very fun one to play. And also, I think in terms of learning the game, it's single state, so you're not dealing with mappy. You have a good amount of resources. I forget how much you get attacked, though, at the beginning of the game. You might not get attacked quite a bit at the beginning. So Wallachia might be a pretty good run to learn the game on as well. Do you play EU5? I do. I do. On Thursdays, we do EU5. Basically, my streaming schedule is on Tuesdays, I do a double session of Victoria 3. So I have this one that's in the morning for me. And then around 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, I do another session of Victoria 3. And then on Thursdays, I do that with EU5. So I'll start an EU5 session, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time, and then another one 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. So Tuesdays, Victoria 3, Thursdays, EU5. And then Friday night is kind of a variety night, but we've been doing a run in CK3 for quite a bit. So Fridays have been CK3 for a while. Yeah, solving big problems and getting back on track. Exactly. Like, you remember, I think it was like 2 streams ago, we did Dynam. I built up pretty much my entire economy here in Chungki. France attacked us and took over this state, completely devastated us. All of my construction sectors were here. Most everything else was here. Really devastated us. But we built back up. Eventually we took on France. We got this back, and we ended up a great power. So it was a lot of fun because, yeah, we had to, like, rebound from that. All right. Oh. We're not passing anything. Ugh, we need more sailors. All right. Let's go to interventionism here. Because right now, yeah, minus 25% capitalist investment pool contribution efficiency. Because of that, the manor houses have been getting the bulk of the private construction because they're contributing the most to the fund. So if we get rid of that minus 25% capitalist investment pool contribution malus, the financial districts will be able to contribute more And hopefully they'll be able to build more urban buildings, which will give the industrialists more power. Then there's meme runs like never getting off slave trade and being a nasty scumbag for the lulz. Yeah, that's right. One of those runs where you get to add a bunch of stuff to the Reddit shit Victorians say. Anybody who's new to the game and doesn't know, there's a great Reddit called r shit Victorians say, and it's basically just screenshots from the Victoria 3 Reddit that are like completely taken out of context. Somebody being like, you know, like how can I be more authoritarian, or like, you know, like I don't know, things like my Polish, how do I oppress the Polish more? Like just taking things that people post about the game, completely taking them out of context, and it's hilarious. Yeah. Congo, like many nations, now start with mercantilism instead of isolationism. That's right, I forgot. That was one of the reasons why I used to say, oh, it was such a great learning country, because you started single state, not dealing with Mappy, isolationist. You don't have foreign powers coming in taking your goods through trade. So yeah, I haven't played Congo after they've changed it to mercantilism, so I don't know how much that changes it up. So it's a little bit different. It's a little too progressive, but I think I'll pursue racial segregation now. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Posts like that. It's funny, the one thing my wife will share in this game with me is the posts from Shit Victorians Say. I'll take screenshots and send it to her sometimes, and she loves it. Even though she knows nothing of the game. Well, I mean, she knows the premise of the game, but has never played it. She still loves those posts. Yes, I really like Ethnostate. Yeah. Can we have a discussion about how great Ethnostate is? Take it out of context, you're like, what? But now you can clip me, I guess, onto Shit Victorians Say with that last one. So we probably have a regional HQ now from Prussia. Yeah. Yeah, look at all this coal and iron they own. I'm not a big fan. And so you can see they're taking 1.23K of reinvestment out of our country. Can we get rid of that treaty yet? 35 months. Okay. Whoa. Look at the budget. Look at the budget. You know what that means. More construction. Although one of the, at some point, oh yeah, well look at the budget now. At some point though, I should start using this money to expand the military here. I am kind of sleeping on it, and it's probably going to be to my detriment at some point. And then there's the Hearts of Iron 4 group you can clip out of context. Oh my god, that's true. I never really thought about that. I gotta look for the version of that with Hoi 4. Hasagawa Soroku's attendance at a bourgeois fundraising banquet in Kyoto has led to an uptick in funds promoting interventionism. Yeah, we'll take that for sure. I don't know if women voting is for us. Yeah, exactly. The Shit Victorians Say is full of stuff when it comes to like rights of women in the game, because you can take so much out of context in that. Can't lose that 30% dependence income. Sorry kids, mines are rough, but I'm willing to pay that price. Yeah, back in the mines, kids. Get me my coal. All right. We need more motors. All right. Oh, well, we can go Bessemer process here. Do we have any other steel mills in the country? Yeah, that's the only one. Okay. So the steel will now be more affordable. Yes, the kids yearn for the mines. There needs to be a Victoria 3 shirt where that somebody puts that on there. Victoria 3, the kids yearn for the mines. Alright, the fleet. How much are we down? So we need about 2 more. Naval admin. Do that sooner rather than later. Alright. Did we get new prestige goods? We did. We have a prestige soy sauce. Well, let me read this and I'll go look that up. A popular Japanese newsletter has released a statement by Muto Iwao, endorsing several poets known for their sympathies to the shonen's interests. We'll take this. Yeah. Hey, user. Hello, hello. Hey, I'm sure this question you have already got many times. What do you think about the DLC? Do you like it? And what you don't like? I do. Yeah, no problem with the question. I do like it. I like it very much. I think I don't have everything yet, so I'm still kind of working my way through it. It changes a lot of core gameplay stuff, I will say, in ways that I think people weren't expecting. Because a lot of people, I think there's a lot of mixed reviews of it. I think the thing is, when Charters of Commerce came out last year, people were expecting core gameplay mechanics to change because you're changing the whole trade system. I don't think people were expecting as much to change. So, for example, we don't see it here, but I think you pay now for port connections with merchant marines. That is a budget item that changes things considerably. You have your ship construction costs here. That changes things considerably. Hardwood is now much, much more important. Not that it wasn't important before, but hardwood is now very important at the very start of the game. So that changes things. And all of this stuff makes me love the DLC, because it really changes the way you play and stuff like that. I love the new interest system, the way, like, I have to send my ships down here so that we can start, oh yeah, so that we can start colonizing. Can we do that yet? No, we don't have the interest yet. See, like, but also the ships have a cost. We're paying 1.5k in goods. If I send the ship back to port, we pay 80% less goods. So now, do I send my ship out? Do I need to save money? Like, it creates a whole bunch of new situations like this, and the whole supply system. So I think it's an excellent DLC. People are complaining a lot about bugs. I haven't encountered a lot of bugs, I'll be honest. So I'm not saying that they don't exist, but they haven't struck me yet. So I do like it quite a bit. Yes, makes sense. Also, yeah, Clippers got to get paid too. Shippers got to get paid too. Exactly, yeah. Also, you know, people always used to complain, how do I make my ports profitable? How do I make my ports profitable? Well, now they're profitable because you got to pay for these merchant marines. Yeah, this update increased overseas complexity enough to add another level to the game. Yeah, exactly. And it's, I mean, that's wonderful. That's why we play. That's why we play the game, to make it more complicated. Oh, and the new prestige good. I was going to show that. So we get. Now that's fertilizer. There's like a soy sauce. Oh. Yeah, there's a Swift Merchant Marine. Well, I think we already had that. China tea. No, that's opium. Fish. Reserve coffee. Where? Oh, here it is. Picomon soy sauce. And so you get food industries. You can add one of the other one of those things. Actually, another thing that's really cool, if I can find it, we now have Guinness. Potential companies. Let's see if I can find it. Here it is. Arthur Guinness Son and Co. You get food industries and then one of those other things. So now you can add Guinness. One thing they took away, that non-historical company for Sweden, it was called John Paradox and Co. That was the pseudo Paradox Interactive company. It looks like they got rid of that. Thank you so much. Great answer. You were the best YouTuber. I do like watching videos. Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming in to say that. Very, very awesome of you. Very much appreciated. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, hey, Kitty Cat. Hello, hello. It's an okay DLC, but it's really overpriced. Interesting. I bought the Volume 3, like the whole package thing. So I don't know. I don't remember exactly how much they charge for this one specifically. I'll have to look that up. It also makes focusing on your own region without going overseas more valuable as a choice. Yeah. Yeah. And financially important as well. Unfortunately, though, we've reached our time limit for this morning session now. But like I said earlier, I am going to be back on tonight for the night session here at 8:30 Eastern time. So that's in about 6.5 hours from now. So we'll be continuing this Victoria 3 run then. I didn't even know I had Volume 3. Nice. Yeah, see? So now you've got the next 3 DLCs paid for, which is good. Yeah, I think if you're going to play the game, I feel like the volume packages, like Volume 3 and what they call it now, is worth it. As opposed to doing them individually. The thing to keep in mind, though, is that the core gameplay mechanics are not locked behind DLC, so you don't need the DLC. I think the big thing you don't get with the Great Wave DLC in this is the ship designer. So this thing, I don't. You need the DLC for this. You can still build ships and everything, but you don't get to customize the designs. And so basically you get the default designs, which are everything on medium. And then there's a couple other things as well. But yep, that's going to be it for now. But hopefully I'll see everybody back on tonight. Let's see. So thank you for watching, everybody. Oh, hold on. And hopefully I'll see everyone tonight. And as always, be awesome, my friends. I'll see you all next time. Yeah, same to you, DeWolf. You have a good one, and the rest of the day to you too.